All right. Welcome everyone to Of Mice and Men, an introductory one-shot to 5th edition Dungeons and Dragons. Today we will be joining the party of Bufo, the half-orc warlock, Ruanen, the tiefling rogue. Or no, Ruanen is the wood elf druid, sorry. Velferis Daragon, the tiefling rogue. Murder Emerald Eye, the Dwarven Barbarian, and Lord Sugwin Pancakes the Third, the Dragonborn Sorcerer. These guys have been traveling together for an indeterminate amount of time that they can decide with their own backstories, but they have known each other for at least this leg of the journey. And as nightfall covers the land in darkness, you come across a small roadside tavern. This is just a little peasant watering hole for the farmers that live around here, for the larger village or township up the road. And so as you guys are eyeing up some place to sleep, possibly eat and refuel, you walk down the road towards the dim light you can see up ahead. And now at this point, you guys can do any introductions you wish to do for your characters and begin to move east across the roadway towards the inn, or the tavern, I should say.
Mm-hmm. Awesome. Okay, so moves in.
Well, I know one thing for sure.
Oh.
I need some grog after this long day.
Sorry, who's talking?
This is Bufo.
Well, murder can always go for a nice warm meal. And by a nice warm meal, I mean hungry.
Murder, I've seen you eat enough food for 3-4 minutes one sit.
Lord Sutton just looks at you two with disdain. How has he found himself in the company of such wretches?
Well, as long as this place is suitable for the women.
Honestly, I'm questioning my life choices at this point.
All right, well, I'll take that as yes as I normally do.
All right, let's move east and get some food.
Let's move.
All right, let's go.
Want me to move you?
Yeah.
As you move east,
Right?
as you move east, you can see the dim light of a candle set out on a barrel. Several empty barrels and buckets lay at the side, as well as one large keg that may or may not have anything in it. All around, you can just see that this is a very dilapidated and run down building that has not been properly taken care of by kings, masons, and stone crafters, like some of the buildings in the larger cities that some of you may have seen, especially if you had been in any of the dwarven construction. This would be a paltry building at best. The wooden timbers creak in the slight wind, and you can hear the chuckling of tavern goers from inside as they drink their last drinks before heading home to their humble huts.
This is Velfaris. Let's just get something to eat, get something to drink, find some place to sleep. We don't mess with whole freaking townies who are gonna see freaking Bufo and freak out. Because can't.
Here's the thing, murder wants to know what's in that keg. I'd like to go check out the keg.
You want to check out the keg. The one that's outside, Murder, there's probably 4 kegs inside. I hope you know that.
Yeah, this one's closer.
Yeah, but this okay.
How do you know so much?
Okay, Murder.
Bufo, how do you know so much?
All right, let's go just to.
Lord Sugwin is down to check
Let's
the
just
outside
look
keg.
inside the kegs for the children.
All right, Murder's gonna get the keg. Y'all can do whatever you want to do.
You want me to put you near the keg?
Come near the keg, please.
Go near the keg.
All right, Murder.
Yeah, there you go.
As you approach the keg, you step up the stairs, and a loud creak gives away your position. You inspect the keg, and find that it is indeed about half full and has a draft tap drilled into the side of it.
Mm.
Well, I mean, I want to drink the thing. I'd like to open the tap and start drinking right out of it.
Well, let me know if it's anything good, because I'm joining you if it is.
Bufo, swing by. Move Bufo over. He's gonna join me.
Lord Sugwin steps into the tavern to get ahead of the situation and pay for this if we need to. And
Okay, cause indeed, the barkeep is moving towards the door to find out who's there because all of her regular customers are already inside. So she's like, "Hey, what's going on out here?"
Look at her.
Oh, snap.
Oh no, see, you went to the wrong door. You went to the side.
I see.
Rudolph, you handle this for us?
Handle what?
Go talk to this
Go
woman.
to get Gawker.
I'm not her mother.
Ferris walks over to the barkeep to try to calm her down and talk their way out of this. So
Sug also walked over. Sug in the doorway. He's just the wrong one. Let's not fault him for his lack of dark sight. You know, he left his torch behind, so he doesn't know where
He dropped his torch and got lost in the dark. That's a perfectly viable excuse. All right, so go ahead and open up your character sheet, Velferis, and you will find persuasion under your skills. And go ahead and try to roll a persuasion to try and calm this woman down as she's wondering why there's a dwarf stealing her ale.
So I need to roll.
Yep.
If you put the number on this sheet, we'll roll it.
Yep,
Seems
you
like I
just
wasn't looking at the right sheet.
click on the
with
D20.
or with the-
Yeah, in roll 20 on the sheet, Velferis. It's all the way at the bottom under journal there. I'm sorry, did I not make sure? Your journal is the newspaper looking thing, and you just click on that and go all the way to the bottom, and you'll see your characters, and then you just open up your character sheets, and then when you go to your skills, you'll see a D20 next to it. You just roll that. And as I said, if we do any further sessions, I'll have your macros all set up so that many of these things will be just tied straight to clicking to your token. Much like Lord Sugwin, you'll see that you have your breath weapon that if you click on your token, there's a little list of macros that pops up, and then it's got the breath weapon and couple other things that everybody has. All right, so Velferis, normally you're pretty charming and you rely on your silver tongue to get you out of a lot of situations, obviously, and you're good at it. But every so often you meet that person that just, it doesn't matter that you're the most charming, silver-tongued person. They just don't like you. Whether it's something about, the way you talk, or, maybe she just doesn't like tieflings. Either way, she has decided that she just does not like you right off the bat. And so she says, you and your ruffian crew here better pay up and get moving along. Would somebody else like to try and... Yeah.
Talk their way out of it. Trying to be persuasive.
I'm just gonna pay.
Why don't you seduce her?
Oh yeah, that's right. I totally forgot my character type.
You're charismatic
Okay.
as shit.
Lord Sugwin tries to use a charisma on her. He tries to I'm supposed to do D, right? Okay. So Lord Sugwin says like, "Hey, you're a comely lass." He's trying to distract her with his charisma, their charisma.
Use any of these skills. Intimidation, insight. See, and it says what kind of thing? Just like persuasion, which is courage.
Yeah, well,
it
it would be deception at this point. So go ahead and
Okay.
and roll deception because at this point you're trying to work one over on her kind of, so.
Got it. Okay, there it comes.
All right. Well,
Oh, heck yeah.
she
Nice.
she is not
Okay.
so offended that she punches you in the dragon snout, but she's heard plenty of drunk pickups this week alone, so she holds out her hand and says coin.
Murray, let's just go inside. Let's go inside. Let's go with these guys.
What?
This woman's staring at.
Why don't you pay her with your?
I like charismatically flip her one gold coin. Of those two go inside.
As you pull one gold coin out of your purse, her eyes widen. They live a poor peasant life and see, copper and silver pieces and even cheaper bronze pieces. So, they even have little bits of iron. They got money so cheap that you wouldn't even have a denomination for it. But you pull out a gold coin and she's just like, "Oh, wow." And she like immediately begins to change her attitude and welcomes you in.
She got a doorway, dude. Let's all go.
We can all go inside.
Okay, we move inside.
Bufo, hold on. Let me catch up to you, bud.
We're all going inside.
Runon, you want me to hold the door for you?
Of course.
Okay. Here.
As you guys go inside, you see her moving behind a large bar with a smaller keg than the one outside, probably the one she refills and carries inside from the large delivery that comes in, and there's a couple of peasants sitting at a table. They're eating some stale bread and what looks like jerked meats and drinking a large tankard of what you can only assume is the ale on tap. And in the corner is another surly looking man, and behind the bar is the bartender who welcomed you in. There are a couple of tables, and on the wall you see several postings.
Velfaris walks over to the stranger in the corner and asks him in Thief's code if it's a thief to try to find out if he knows Thief's code.
Risk card award.
What's that you mumbling at me there?
Thief's code.
What you mumbling at me there?
No.
Velfaris rolls her eyes and goes to the bar to get a drink. Someone else can go.
Well, I got one thing on my mind and one thing only, and that's to get a little bit more of that ale.
Okay.
Hey there,
Lord,
stranger.
the Sugwin goes
What
over
can I
to-
get for you? You guys already paid for anything you could want here, so just name it.
All right. Well, I think we'll take 5 flagons. Do you guys want?
Excuse me, I was talking to the young lady here first.
Yeah, I was about to say,
Okay,
thanks,
well-
get out of here. I want to know
Yeah.
if anything interesting has happened in this tiny little town.
Well, there's a
No,
couple.
I mean like suspicious.
There's a couple postings up on the board there. There's been some help needed fixing the old church. One of the farmers lost a good cow. He's offering a reward of 5 copper if his cow gets returned. And a couple of the guards came down from the city the other day, and they said any adventurers came by looking to do some hero work, send them on over, 'cause they could sure use some help over there.
I vote we do the.
Bufo's going to step away from the bar for a second and approach Murdier and whisper, I think that's the cow you ate. I'm not sure, but that cow you stole that night, I'm Pretty sure that might be one that's missing. Now, I would suggest we don't help them on that task to incriminate ourselves.
Yeah, I don't think you got the intelligence to get through that one.
Yeah.
Oh,
15 wisdom, so a lot of street smarts, no intelligence.
Okay, I see.
Differentiate.
Yeah, kind of.
Oh my goodness.
All right.
Valveris walks over to Rhiannon and tells her about the guards requesting hero work.
Before you
then
can walk away, the bartender says, "Well, didn't you want anything?"
Oh, didn't you want anything?
Valveris looks back at the bartender and says, "No, you're worthless to me. I need to go."
Stupid NPC X to skip.
I got what I needed from you. Go talk
What
to
did the town person say?
So the town person, you mean the dumb bar one?
Yes, I don't care.
Wow.
All right.
I like this that you're these two like haughty women, but like, just like whatever.
She said that some guards came into town looking for some adventurers to go and get paid doing hero work. They are running low on money because freaking the stupid Lord Sugwin over there gave her like $800 for a glass of beer. So
Why am I not?
If I have your shot, I say I have lots more gold.
So I think what's best is maybe do it. However, it kind of sounds like a sketchy trap for us.
Let's ask her for more details. See if she by any chance picked up any type of inclination from these guards that were sharing the word, and see if we can get more information before we, put ourselves out there. We're not trying to lose time.
You should go ask her because I kind of called her useless to me earlier, and I don't think we're friends.
Murder goes in and he asks for a flagon of meat from the bar one.
Can we please get some help before we go into a deep conversation?
Yeah. So as soon as you guys walk up, she's like, "Oh, well, what can I get for you thirsty-looking fellas?"
Oh well, we would like the biggest flagons need, and make it 2 each, and I would like 2 or 3 whole chickens if possible for murder. And Bufo, what you gonna have, bud?
Well, man, I don't think I can down 3 whole chickens. I'll just take 2.
All right.
Yeah.
So 5 chickens and 4 flagons, and we'll sit at the table in the corner.
Hey, Lord Moneybags over here. You want anything?
I'll take on 1 flagon.
Okay, we'll get this guy a flag.
I'll give 2 just in case. I will have 6 flagons and 5 chickens.
All right. Well, she quickly grabs a tray and sets you up with 6 flagons and brings it over to the table, and then she's like, "I'm so sorry, but we don't. Oh, you want it at this table? We don't have 6 chickens. I got some jerk meats, and for some proper looking fellas like you, I can go back to the house and fetch some of the stew that's been on all day."
Oh yeah, make her leave.
Cities didn't even listen when she listed the menu.
Tell her that the food being. Sorry, I'm telling her right now. The food being present is more important than the food being special. We'll take whatever she's got on hand.
Yeah, or you do something for 2 about being special.
and we're happy to just eat what's going on here. So we're gonna go ahead and eat at our table. The aggressive lady of our party figure their own things out.
All right.
Well,
So she. Oh, I'm sorry. She brings you over hard cheeses, jerked meats, and she happens to have a couple of sweet treats tucked away that she was gonna take home, but she lets you have them. It's basically like sugary tree sap cooled down into like a hard candy.
Well, that sounds really good.
Well, it's mighty nice of you.
Yeah, I think Runon likes this stuff. I'm gonna go sneak her a piece real quick. Let me.
oh no.
Yeah,
Sorry,
let me. Runon, I heard you talking about having a sweet tooth earlier, so I figured I'd get you something special after a long day.
Yeah, where is it?
It's right here. It's this sweet sappy treat.
Thank you. I can eat now.
Okay.
That's amazing.
Brunon would like to read the board of postings just to see if there's any more information than what Barmaid said.
Sure. So as you're looking at the postings right over here on the wall, you can see that the one for rebuilding the church states that the Lord High Priest would offer 5 silver pieces a day to anyone willing to cut and haul limestone blocks into place for the rebuilding of the church. The one about the cow is just a picture of a very crudely hand-drawn cow that says lost and the S is backwards and then it says and then it says 5 copper very badly misspelled, like with a QU.
Oh, it's a kid.
Well, let's.
Oh, and then the last one. Oh, sorry. Did you have any questions or comments about that before I get on to the last posting?
Yeah, please.
No, we're good.
Okay, so and then the last posting is a proper notice, complete with the seal of the sheriff of the next town over, the large city in this area, if you will. It is properly spelled out in the common language, which would be akin to Latin, where like only learned people who know how to write can read and write the common tongue. And all spelled out in the common tongue, it states, "Hear ye, all adventurers, would-be heroes, come to our town and help save our city from an infestation of rats that has taken over our sewers. Good pay and plentiful benefits await you, as well as the rewards of our Lord Sheriff."
Interesting.
Hey, Brunon, what do those words over them say?
Well, one of them says that we can get paid for killing rats. How would you feel about that?
Oh, I know you guys have already talked lengthily about this, but before I joined this party, my job was killing rats every day from dawn to dusk, pulling out a club. I was the town exterminator, and I was damn good at it. So that sounds like it.
You used a club? Only a club?
Only club.
You're smart. You're smart.
Right, sorry.
You get a much more satisfying crunch when you use a club.
Exactly.
Indeed. You know, there's dark sides of my past that only bloodlust squash.
I see.
So I'm trying to keep those feelings down, but if we can make money killing rats, sign me up.
Lord Squid has like an internal monologue where he's like, "Fine, I'm just doing this for like the experience. Sure, let's do it."
While Ferris watches her group decide whether or not to go kill rats, she walks backward to the stranger in the corner, sits down at his table, and asks him why he's not wearing a shirt.
Just on a shirt, man.
Because I spilled my ale on it, if you must know.
Okay, but this guy's so drunk.
I truly don't know.
Velferis asks the shirtless stranger what he's doing in town.
I'm drinking.
Velferis tells the drunken stranger that her friend over yonder looking at the posters named Ruanan thinks he's cute, and then sits and watches what happens.
Swear to fucking God.
Hey, you listen here, fella. I don't know what kind of jibber jabber you're talking, but if you want to fight, I'll fight you.
Velfaris takes her small blade out of her pocket and puts it on the table, like, straight down, like, boom, stabs it into the table, and then said, "What have you got, bitch?"
Is that common?
I got
Well, that's all.
11 on initiative. What do you get?
Oh, you get a roll.
So click on your token, and then you'll see initiative with an hourglass next to it. Just click that.
Oh,
Okay.
do you get it, Lucas?
Big Tom got 11. Uh-oh.
Up top left.
Right here.
Top no,
Oh.
top left.
That's initiative.
Oh,
Wait a minute. Click back.
Click on Velfaris,
And
and then
initiative.
click on
Right.
initiative.
Oh,
Oh no.
Oh, dude, I'm having a bad day.
And-
I think.
And so
All
you
right.
you were so confident that your little intimidation technique with the knife would work, that you totally did not expect this large man, they call him Big Tom, to just grab you and try to grapple you immediately. So he moves in and he tries to grapple you.
I'm gonna need one of my
okay.
big boys to give me.
I was
some
gonna say Renan immediately says, "Bufo, murder, please go handle this."
All right, Warrior's gonna walk on over and try to stop Big Tom from attacking Velfaris. And he's gonna start off by saying, "Whoa, now, are you sure we got to fight?" To see if or not he's got to hit this guy.
You're gonna try to charisma him.
Oh, I'm gonna lose.
All right.
I'm a gentle giant.
All right,
And I
so
gotta fight first.
Okay.
So
Then I'll engage them.
Velfaris, now you roll acrobatics or athletics to try to avoid his 9 grapple attempt. Apparently he's very drunk and kind of like can't really see you too well, so his grab attempt is poor at best.
To say, if you get grabbed, I'm gonna be so upset.
I am too. I'm not a very good
You
assassin.
want to do
I need to roll acrobatics.
Got it.
Oh, he's got it.
acrobatics
Mm-hmm.
Or
athletics?
Or athletics, but I'm assuming acrobatics is going to be the Tiefling Rogue's go-to skill here. All right, so you manage to slip out of his grasp, and he just kind of stands there.
Hell yeah.
And so that is his turn. Now it is your turn, but you only have a move and a bonus action. You don't get a standard action because you got caught off guard.
So what are my options?
You can move or attack, cast a spell or something.
Yes.
Yes.
I think I'm just going to move away and let Bufo and Murder do their thing while I catch my breath.
Yeah, so as you move away, Big Tom elects not to take his opportunity attack and try and get you again because attacking somebody from behind just isn't Big Tom's thing. And so now we can kind of end the combat for now. And Murder, you said you wanted to try and talk to him?
I wanted to try and diffuse the situation. I'm a gentle giant type. What?
You're tiny.
All right, but I'm 5 tall and 220. So should I?
Maybe Big Tom needs a drink. What do you think?
Yeah. Can I offer to give him a drink or offer to try and diffuse the situation in some way?
Absolutely. So as you walk up to Big Tom with a full flagon of ale in your hand, you get advantage on your persuasion check to try and convince him to chill out.
Ooh. Well, Murder's just a nice guy, all right? All right, persuasion check. Let's see. My charisma's not that great, but let's try.
Nope, but you do get advantage, so, you know. Oh, did you not roll advantage?
Wait,
here.
I rolled without advantage.
Yeah, here. Let me make sure that
There
your
we
sheet
go.
is set up right for that. Oh, yeah, there you go. Okay, so you roll a 16, and Big Tom kind of clasps the drink and downs half of it and says, you know what, dwarf? I I always had a fantasy about dwarf women. You're all right.
Me too, brother. Me too.
And then he just kind of goes and sits back down on his barrel in his corner and goes back to drinking.
I don't want to talk to anybody.
Oh, that's true. Someone should go talk to the peasants. Rhiannon's not gonna do it because she's too prim and proper for those bitches.
Where are we at on those rats?
I
Okay,
think
well,
we
try and go get. Okay, Booth, can you hear me here? Try and get more information about that. Friend, the peasant, the barmaid, or whoever. Just don't make me.
You're gonna send Booth.
Yeah, let me see if I can go.
Can't even breathe.
Get
Alright.
some more info.
Lord Sugwin joins Bufo with the peasants.
Let's join their table here.
Dude, someone charismatic as shit. Let me talk to him.
For sure.
Dude, we're both charismatic.
Are
Oh,
you?
hey
Oh,
there,
wait, you are,
strangers.
you are.
Hey, strangers.
Somebody's like-
What you doing here?
Well, we're just traveling through. Just saw the notice on the board. Seems like there's a rat problem. You know anything about that?
I don't know,
Y'all
Joe.
noticed more rats and
I don't know, Joe. What do you think? You heard anything? Gareth, I believe I did hear something about that. And he kind of eyes both of you up like, what's it worth to you?
Ooh. Intimidate him with your
Wait,
Yeah.
can
Lord-
I do like an insight check to see if they actually know anything before we spend money?
Yeah, you can do an insight check, or
Is that how
murder,
insight works?
or murder can just come up and do a intimidate check and remind them that he hasn't gotten his chickens that he wanted.
What you want?
Let Rune on.
Yeah, I'm trying to inside check and I'll follow with intimidation if you need to.
Let me figure out the thing.
While they're inside a check, Velfaris goes over to the bar and gets a giant ale from the barmaid and starts drinking it to lick her wounds. Put me up at the bar.
Am I doing this right?
Yeah.
What are you gonna roll inside line? It should pop up a little pop up.
And not working.
Okay, I'll do it for you.
Thank you. Oh, here, I think it worked.
It worked.
Is it normal?
Did it come through?
It would be normal, yes. But your keen insight leads you to see that indeed this humble peasant did overhear something the guards were saying.
Laura, do you want to grease this over a little bit?
Or
Plenty
you could
more
still
money.
entertain. You still intimidate him.
I'm just gonna ask. No,
I had enough violence tonight,
We're
guys.
gonna run out of money. We
Yeah.
already spent a gold coin.
Well, these are lovely folks.
Just
I think
just
a
ask
couple
them.
of copper goes a long
I'm
way.
just gonna do this subterfuge and just ask them like, what did you two overhear from guards?
I think a couple copper go a long way with these little.
And I also I slyly hand them a cup of copper.
Just explain to him that he's an NPC in a one-shot, so his life is worth so little right now that it's really like in his best interest to just cooperate and try to escape alive.
Tell us what happened.
What was I saying?
It glanced murder when he came in. The guy's
true.
at least 200 pounds.
How about I just attack?
No,
No,
we
no,
need
no.
them alive.
I like put my arm what's it, murder's chest, hold him back.
Okay, that's
Murder.
intimidating. That's intimidating them. So right now they're being intimidated into telling the truth. So
Yeah, go.
one of you should roll, right?
Yeah, and in fact,
Okay.
if one of you rolls to aid another and rolls above a 10, then the other one gets to roll with advantage.
No.
Ooh.
Okay,
Murder.
I was like kind of playing the whole. I was like playing off of Murder, so I would roll to give Murder advantage.
Cool.
Okay.
What do I roll? Intimidation. Okay.
Yeah, he could be doing that thing where he pretends to hold him back, even though he's not going to do anything. Like he knows, but he's going to pretend to hold him back. You know.
Right. Exactly. It's like good cop, bad cop.
Yeah.
Dude, it,
There you go.
Right here.
Oh.
What do you
All right, you failed to get above a 10, but you also didn't roll a nat 1, so he doesn't get disadvantage. So it's just a normal roll for intimidate.
Okay.
All right, let's see. I hit him with intimidation. Oh, that's a 3.
No.
Every time Steven has rolled, it's been so
You
low.
gentle boy.
What? I rolled a fucking
You're
16.
remember he's short. You have to make fun of how short he is.
Okay.
So as you step up and be like, "Hey, listen, Joe. You tell me what you know." Joe just kind of starts to laugh because your dwarven beard is soaking with ale, and you're just kind of like spraying ale everywhere, and it's just a very comical sight.
Suck it, dwarf.
All right, I'd like to attack this person now.
Oh no, you're gonna be at the peasant?
Yes.
Steve, murder!
You laughed at me, dude. Oh, I'm a gentle giant.
It's in character.
Is that your trigger? Someone laughs?
No, I don't want to. I want to kill him. They got the information we need. We got to bribe him now.
Yeah, we got. Just,
We've gone through every option. We've tried
That's
persuasion. We've
I think.
Lord,
Hold on,
You
hold on.
common folk are bleeding
Wait.
me dry, bleeding my treasury dry.
That's what you're here for.
No, I take offense, ma'am.
it's not for your humor or your strength.
All right.
Just
Stumbling.
imagine we turned around down the bar and you guys like this watching to see how everything goes down.
Okay.
Make contact with me.
Let's see.
Can I try one last persuasion check
Oh,
to try and convince them to tell us stuff without spending money?
I really just don't think we should spend money. Like we have. I think
Who
murder should
cares
attack.
about money? It's his money. We've got so much.
No, Lord
Why
Simon-
we
Lord Simon-
brought him with us?
No,
He's-
I've already been bankrolling
What is
you
the
people
point
all
of
night.
Bufo if his body cannot intimidate people into talking?
Let Shannon do her one more thing, and then maybe I'll do you out.
we gotta kill these rats, guys. Let's stop.
We get some valuable.
Oh, no.
Guys are falling apart. We can get some valuable information off of these peons.
We definitely need the info.
Well,
Okay.
okay,
Alright,
so
choice.
you can roll persuasion, but at this point it's going to be at disadvantage because, now you guys have been like messing around with them and they're kind of like not sure what to make of you anymore at this point. Are you guys like for real adventurers or are you just like screwing around?
All right.
You know, at disadvantage, coin.
All right. If Rihanna screws it up, maybe he'll never
No,
talk
I'm
to
not
us.
gonna go. Just pay.
All right.
Yeah, pay him,
all
pay
right.
him.
Well,
I'm tired of trying to convince them. Give the money and let's get our.
I give them 50 copper.
What?
Okay.
That's probably fine.
Lord Sugwood has no concept of money. He's
These
like,
people are poor little bees, and you're giving them so much.
it's fine. It's fine.
Whatever.
As you whip out a rather large pouch of 50 copper coins and dump it in front of Joe in a show of like, here, take it, whatever. Joe says, "Oh, gee, Mister, I surely didn't mean to offend you. I'll tell you what, the guards, they was talking. They said a couple of them got bit up real bad, caught some kind of fever and died, and now none of them want to go down into that sewer. It's getting all kinds of backed up, and well, in a big city like that, you can't be having that."
We're gonna get super bees again.
Oh, I get super.
Oh. So it sounds like we gotta go down the sewers and start bashing.
I don't think.
Or we can go on
Alright.
a cow mission.
What did the?
We're not gonna go after the fucking house. That's a waste of time.
Yeah,
We
protect it.
know the cow is both. It's currently in its small intestine.
What did the poster say? Go get. Where do we go next from the poster?
We gotta go to the
We
city.
need to
Oh,
go
the
to the
city,
city.
okay.
Yeah.
Alright, well,
So
it's getting late here.
yeah, let's agree to like get some food, take some sleep, and then head to the city at dawn.
That sounds good.
Ruina asked the barmaid if she has any suitable place for them to sleep.
Nice.
They say, well, around here, we don't get all that many travelers, so we don't have a proper inn or nothing, but we charge everybody a copper piece apiece to crash out in the horse stables.
We just walk through the night. It'd be kind of fun to see what happens at night.
I mean, I don't need to sleep.
I can see in the dark. The only person that hasn't a problem is Lord Sugwin, but his little torch.
He's so.
I think we can go. I'll carry Sugwin if we need to.
That's
Yeah, Sugwin's
All
alright.
right.
He's
Alright,
good.
alright.
He's
If
good.
we're traveling to the night, I'm gonna get some ale. So.
Oh, yeah,
Oh.
a little roadie.
I would
Yeah.
launch one too, because he's a couple of drinks now also.
All right, so everybody who has
Ev-
everybody who has had 3 or more flagons now has to roll a Constitution save. Except for murder, you get to roll it at advantage because this is technically, or no, with a your proficiency bonus because it's poison. So when you roll your Constitution save, you roll it with proficiency.
So all the ale we've been drinking has been poisoned this whole time.
We fail for it.
Wait, what check do we roll?
Had 2 cups.
Constitution.
Well, we're fine then.
Yeah,
It's at least a 3 or more.
hot, but it's still poison.
So it
Where's
is.
that?
Wait, I didn't hear part of
Oh,
it.
I don't
Is-
think it's actual poison.
Right.
You're saying- Okay.
Right.
It was alcohol poison.
The save, Constitution save.
It's a Constitution save against the poisonous effects of the alcohol, and murder gets his proficiency save with that. So
Yeah.
Wait, you just click on your character and do it.
It's on the core stat screen.
yep, you got to open your character sheet,
Oh,
and then right under core stats you'll see Constitution. You just roll the d20 next to that.
and then for murder, you roll with advantage then.
No, he's got proficiency. He's all good. Oh, Lord Sugwin, trying to keep up with the big boys, is feeling a little tipsy. Murder and Bufo easily handle their alcohol and walk on. When you guys finally leave, you're still drinking a flagon of ale to go, and you're just fine. But Lord Sugwin begins to kind of stumble and slur, and at this point you can let us know: are you a happy drunk? An angry drunk? You the one who's going to be hanging all over Bufo, telling him all about life back with the Dragonborn, or are you the kind who's going to try to pick a fight with Velfaris?
Lord Sugwin is very much a happy-go-lucky, buffoonish, I love you, bro, kind of drunk. I love you, bro.
It's the one time that he's happy.
Yeah, right. My whole curtain upper class disdain falls apart. I just want to hang out.
You should pick him up since he's stumbling.
Well, one of you gets carried, and we cannot have time wasted in this pathetic time.
You
Yeah.
can't see in the dark anyway. Might as well just pick.
Murder's happy to carry.
He can't see in the dark anyway. Just sling him over your shoulder and let's go.
Yeah, let's just get him. Set him on top of me, and where I go, he goes.
Time for the Dragonborn to take a little nap. All right. So as you guys exit,
Wait,
go ahead.
before we leave, is there a way that I can sneakily poison Big Tom's alcohol? I have a poison kit.
I mean, yeah. That is absolutely something you can try to do. So, go ahead and roll sleight of hand.
Yeah.
Here you go.
You can go poison Big Tom. The drunk guy in the corner.
Oh, here it is. Right?
Yeah.
He fucking slighted her. She went to sword out on him.
That's the way, man.
She got
Yeah,
overtaken by
London.
a big drunk shirtless guy. Now she's pissed. Just to go poison him.
All right. I got a good roll. Sort of.
Is that?
I mean, I don't know what that means.
I mean, he'll roll whatever
Tell
he
you.
rolls. Or Constitution or perception.
Perception. Oh, Big Tom.
And he was rolling with disadvantage, so that is
Oh, sick.
a natural one. He is completely oblivious as you go over and slip a little bit of poison into his alcohol, and yeah.
I love it. Poison.
No. Well, let's not stay for the aftermath. Let's get the hell out of here.
All right,
Well,
grab
she has a
Rufo, you grab
poison.
his legs, I'll grab him.
She has a poison kit. So do you want to use a poison that works quickly
do.
or slowly?
I would like to use a poison that works slowly so that we are gone by the time he's gone.
Yep. All right. So Big Tom is going to drink himself into a stupor and pass out in the corner as he always does and never wake up again.
Oh shit. They'll think he
Learn
died.
the code.
Alcohol
An
poisoning.
assassin can't let someone defeat them. That would
No,
be
Ferris.
I have a reputation.
He didn't beat you.
This is
King's
important.
assassin.
It's important to call out. I would like to be known that Murder was oblivious to this and unaware.
We were all
And he doesn't.
I think we were all unaware.
I was
Yeah.
stealth
Except
I don't know
traitor.
where.
Runa probably understood what was going on, but
She
she
did.
doesn't give a shit because
And
Tom's just
Yeah,
was
Runon's got the
blacked
right intellect and perception to know what's happening, but doesn't give a shit.
No, I do not.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
No, this is
I
dark.
didn't even know she was
Dynamic.
there.
Messed up.
Yeah.
Let's go to town. bitch.
As a Tiefling, Velferis is often kind of lost in the shuffle and shadows and everything. It's something you guys are all pretty used to.
Why I'm so dark and I'm short too. I'm like a small person.
How tall are you?
I'm 5.
You're five.
You're
I'm 5 foot.
Five what?
5
Five
foot.
even.
I'm sneaky. To help
so
me
you
sneak.
and Ernie are in the same height.
Yeah.
5'2". I don't know how old you are.
But he weighs like 3.
5'8".
Oh, I'm
Are
6'4",
you-
6'4", 250.
I'm just now realizing it's to the east, right? We need to go east
Are we going east?
to the city. It's
Correct.
to the east. I feel like
Yes.
I know that.
Sugwin,
Sugwin's on. Yeah, fuck Sugwin.
Ruben, you remember what you read?
I remember what he said at the beginning. That was bigger down to the east.
Okay.
I was about to say
That
we
way.
can't go back right now.
Wait,
my
okay,
All right.
That name was pretty great. I agree.
So as you guys exit, you can hear everybody kind of, starting to talk about you instantly. Like this was a big deal to have these adventurers come through. A bunch of weird looking folk. They don't get a lot of Dragonborn or Tieflings. To have you guys all pass through like a traveling circus. This was a big deal, and you left a gold coin with the barmaid, and Joe's got a pile of copper in front of him, and everybody's just kind of a buzz with everything as you leave, and you can kind of see in the distance a couple of the farmhouses have some lights going out, and everybody's going to sleep, and you press on down the road, and through the night you walk, not stopping for rest.
Oh, that's gonna fuck us.
Oh, of course.
Yeah, that's the edge of the map there. So yeah, just let me get you to the next map quick.
Cool.
I feel like we should take a nap before we try to do anything.
Where
Nope.
are we gonna sleep?
I'm
we-
feeling great, dude.
if
I
we-
got gold beers in me. I'm cruising.
Oh my god.
In a couple
I feel
years,
like-
five.
The fact
Look at
that
the roadies.
the fact
I
that
was
the
telling you,
town
it's
like
this is too
remembered
real.
us is gonna be an issue later when someone's like, "Who killed Big Tom?" And it's like probably those freaking townies. And me especially, I'm already I'm already like a suspicious race. People like suspicious.
Oh, right. Oh shit.
Yeah, because you pulled your knife out and tried to kill this guy.
Then you
That's
killed
true.
him.
Right?
And then
He,
you died.
You did
he
get-
raised
he
his
grappled
voice.
you, though.
He raised his
I
voice
tried.
at me
Yeah, he tried.
in a very calm and collected way. I killed him.
I see. Well,
Assassin. For sure.
I'm an assassin.
Thing is, don't be suspicious.
Don't be suspicious.
Don't be suspicious.
very curious.
This is like Dark Ages times too, though. It's not like they have like forensic evidence and all that.
That's true. Plus, like,
So
no
those
one knows my
facts that they
name
can't prove.
and never find me because I freaking
We're
live
the
in the
only
house.
encounter. Does Tom have other enemies?
I'm gonna go ahead and say no one's gonna suspect anything of Tom dying. That guy Drake's at to sleep every day.
Yep.
No surprise when one day he didn't wake up.
Yeah.
I really wanted Tom to go try to get it with Ruin and see how
Dude,
Ufo dealt with.
and I'm unconscious, is all out of character.
I'll carry your gas anywhere,
Yeah.
but
He's gonna be the only
I'll
one.
come to at 6 a.m.
Like we're gonna have
You'll be
like
the one full rested.
dexterity
That's
negatives
right.
because
I
we're
hope
tired,
so.
and he's gonna be like all well rested. He's gonna have to do all our How's your? Oh God, I remember your
Back.
dexterity.
I
You need to take a nap.
he can
I think
help me around.
You need to take a nap.
it's just like her life likes you loves naps.
I know, but I was worried. Like we're gonna roll with a disadvantage if
Maybe
we have to
if
do
you
any
killed
dexterous.
a drunk guy,
My
you could have
dexterity.
taken a nap.
pretty good.
We asked about. It's not
Yeah,
my
we
fault.
can nap in the barn.
Rhiannon didn't want to sleep in the barn. She said it wasn't good enough for her.
I also don't need to sleep, so I don't know what else
Why
to
do we
Yeah,
have to
you
listen
sleep.
to her?
I
Yeah.
do these things called trances where I just sit there for a little while and
Wow.
Well, fire can't burn me, so.
So there.
Oh, seconds of hell can't affect me.
Alright.
Dude,
I
same
can,
thing.
I can breathe cold.
No one touched the sewers. They're filled with
All right.
rats.
As
Rat plague.
as you guys walk through the night, the humble city in front of you comes into view as the sun rises above it. You can see its shadow being cast long and low across the early morning light. All of you need to roll a Constitution check, not save. So you got to go to the skills page, not the core stats. And you're trying to get above a 10. If you get above a 10, you don't have level 1 exhaustion. If you get below a 10, you do.
Aren't we all level 1 anyway?
Level 1 exhaustion.
Oh.
There are levels of exhaustion you can get.
I'm sorry, what screen check?
It's
in
on
that thing?
skills?
Oh, thank you.
And
That
it's,
was kind of a question.
yes, it's on.
And then at the bottom, just scroll to the bottom of skills there, and you'll see Constitution, and you get to make a check with
Gotcha.
that.
Ooh.
Lexi, you want to?
I got Lexi.
Cool.
Okay.
Ferris, character sheet, skills, Constitution check, roll. Alright.
Oh no.
Steven, you gotta stop rolling for me, man.
Oh, no.
Don't put this on me. My Constitution's a natural 18, dude. Like,
Yeah,
of course I'm
I'm
rolling.
not tired too.
Yeah, dude, I'm chilling. It's your fault. You got lame ass Constitution.
I'm sorry. What was the
That's true.
threshold?
10.
10. And Velferis, because you rolled a 1, your exhaustion is going to last throughout your next long rest as well. You're just going to feel bone tired even after you've rested.
Maybe you should have taken a nap.
Yeah. But wait, I rolled a 3.
No, I think you have a negative modifier.
Man, that sucks. Alright, that's fair. Okay, okay, well, I feel like I should sleep as soon as possible, right?
Wait, hold on. But for Lord Thugwin, is he exhausted because he slept on my shoulders all night?
Yeah, he's like sore, hungover. His eyes are blurry. His head hurts.
Alright. Yeah, he's a lightweight.
Okay.
Rufa, you want to go for a run tonight?
Yeah, buddy.
What,
Hey, you guys want to find an inn?
what if I take a nap while you guys go, like,
No, you could.
explore? I need naps,
Yield to
Steven.
your exhaustion.
God, I'm the only one here who can, like, unlock
Why don't
the
you-
doors
why
and
don't you-
shit.
We have no time to waste. We need you in the group.
Alright, fine.
You have rats to kill.
Yeah.
Kill the rats.
We don't
Alright,
care
I'll
that
see
you're
you guys.
tired.
Let's find-
You can fake sleep when you're fake dead.
Alright, yes. Okay, so the entire group goes to find. What should we find? We need to go to the guards, right? To tell them that we want to fix their problems. So we go to try to find the guards.
Yeah, let's make sure that we can get a little money or some coins
Yeah.
first before we actually go kill
Or just
these
like to
rats.
hear the problem at all. Ooh, this
Yeah.
is getting bigger. What is this town? It's a big old. It's a maze. It's okay. I'm great at mazes.
Okay.
Let's go talk to some guards and figure out more about this rat problem.
We need to find him.
Do
I'm
we need to
assuming
find
we just
him?
continue down the widest street, Altitudes to the town.
Yeah, let's continue down the main street.
Is there anything
Look,
you can
here's a
see as
peasant.
far?
There's a peasant.
Ooh,
Someone asked the peasant
we
for directions.
okay. Well, Sugwin like slurring his words, spies a peasant to the east and like stumbles over to
And a
him.
minstrel.
And then he gets distracted by the minstrel because he's still like half drunk, and he goes up to the minstrel and he asks, "Where may I find a friendly guard to point me towards the castle or to more guards?"
Or more rents.
Oh!
Fancy.
He's singing.
So, I swear to God.
Sugwin starts like jiving and
Yeah.
kind of going back and forth, grooving.
So as the minstrel plays his tune, Lord Sugwin is very drawn in. This is a song that he has heard somewhere, you know, in his upbringing many times, and it brings forth some kind of emotion from you. What is the emotion that this song reminds you of from your past?
Remember to have a bad relationship with your parents.
Is that you?
My parents are.
Is it a happy memory, a sad one? Is it like your inspirational music? You know, is this what you put on when it's like Jock Jams '95? You know.
It's like bittersweet and tragic, like half remembered like loss.
Yeah. So as you start to, you know, hear this song and your lizard eyes don't tear, but your second eyelid kind of comes up over your eyes, and as you listen to it, the minstrel finishes, and with a flourish, suddenly his lute turns into a hat, and he holds it out for donations, and a couple of the peasants nearby toss bits of bronze and iron at him.
Dude, he got you.
Yeah. Okay.
Man, you're gonna give him some.
It's like what? Yeah, he's like a rube. Yeah, Sugwin gives him 1 copper, I guess.
You gave him 1 copper for that beautiful music. You gave those guys 50 copper.
No copper.
Someone's not
He doesn't
intelligent
know.
about money.
He doesn't know.
Just to be super clear, though, the peasants are giving this person a bronze. That's less than copper. He's giving them a large amount in comparison. He was grossly overpaying in the past.
Does it go bronze,
Trying to
copper,
order.
silver, gold? How does it go?
He goes iron, bronze, copper, silver, gold.
Oh, okay.
Correct.
Did the minstrel?
Doesn't understand how money works.
I feel like you should ask the minstrel if he
Like-
actually knows it.
Well,
Yeah. Okay.
first of all, Lord Sugwin, you need to go ahead and roll an intelligence check at disadvantage as you go to reach for your coins. You hungover
no.
bastard.
Oh, damn.
This guy's hungover as hell.
Yeah. This is. Yeah. Okay.
He tried to keep
Yeah,
up.
your own
with,
character.
Your own character. What you know about?
She might be trying real life.
Oh. I'm sorry. It was an
Intelligence at disadvantage.
Yeah,
That's it.
intelligence at disadvantage. Skills, correct.
Roll and then that disadvantage.
Okay. You
what if you do?
Oh, no, dude.
you just
Okay.
you just managed to fumble past your coin purse of gold coins and reach your purse of copper coins, and you give him 1 copper, and the minstrel is very happy, and with another flourish he produces a small clay token in his other hand with a weird symbol on it and gives it to Lord Sugwin.
Sugwin says, "Forsooth, pray thee, what is this thing?"
Don't ask questions, just take it.
The minstrel smiles and is going to attempt a stealth to disappear Batman-esque.
Ooh.
You should let him be.
So if he's gonna present, are you gonna try and prevent him from
Oh,
leaving?
yeah. Do I have to do anything to prevent him, or is he just doing it?
It's not so much preventing him as much as it is whether or not he can, you know, do it.
whether he can pull it off himself.
Right.
The minstrel, right?
Yeah.
So the minstrel's rolling.
Boo for him,
What
but
the minstrel do?
I have one thing on mine, one thing on.
What did the minstrel get?
No. Okay. So he goes to be totally like, Batman, but instead he just ends up doing the "What's that over there?" And then you like totally fall for it. You look, and then you turn back, and he's just like slowly sneaking away with like a book over his face.
So, I don't know. What,
Your question, dude.
it's,
I think you should chase him.
Sugwin,
and make
can I? Sugwin, Sugwin like turns. Sugwin like a pall falls over his face. Like gets a moment of sobriety. This ridiculous thing that just happened, and he does his own Batman voice and wants to like intimidate him into telling him what this weird character coin thing is.
Nice.
He's like, tell me what this is.
where's Rachel?
Where's Rachel?
I
He
feel like you're gonna have to roll.
he looks at you, and yes, roll an intimidation. I like that idea. Oh, but don't forget this is a skill check, so it's at disadvantage because you're exhausted.
That's what I was thinking. I was like, I
Dang
didn't think he was very good at that.
Why did we send Sugwin to talk to this
You
guy?
do.
You didn't. I stumbled.
Oh, God.
I got distracted by the passage, then I got the minstrel.
So it's a skill, right?
Skill check. No,
Yep.
Save.
Yeah.
And what's intimidation?
Yeah, it's on that first one. Now.
Our slight boy,
At
Advantage.
disadvantage. Sure.
our beautiful boy is intimidating.
See.
Oh,
So
Oh
You-
man, you have such a
you go to use your most gravelly dragonborn voice and kind of hiccup and burp and throw up all at the same time and swallow it down, and you can't quite get anything out.
Okay. All right. Sugwin reminds himself that having this thing, having the coin.
Right. Watching this exchange, Ron rolls her eyes and walks to the peasant and asks where the nearest guard she can talk to is.
So like, okay.
this feels too much like real life.
Us
Taking care of our shit.
Them guards is good for nothing, doing nothing but bullying us poor and taking our money for the Lord and just
Okay, peasant, you mistake me for someone who cares. Point out where they are.
they're
I'll hurt them. She does.
they're probably over on the rich side of town like always.
Where is that?
Oh, you ain't from around
Where you
here, huh?
come from, Murder.
Are you strangers around here? Well, I don't know. Go down the main street. You'll run into somebody.
All right.
Let's get a move on.
And before we leave, you slap that peasant in the face.
And then I poison him.
Rat.
And then I poison him.
I have a feeling that Belferris is going to poison every single person.
I have
you
a
talk
poison kid.
Please.
Why would I have a whole kit if I wasn't meant to use it?
to. You can't be into this.
All right, let's move. Should we take that turn because the minstrel went that way? Just saying.
Nah, let's go
Here we
find
go,
this.
down.
He went
Right?
straight. Yeah, he went
Oh,
down
I
to
see.
the right.
Yeah.
Oh, there's a guard.
Oh, there's a guard.
Um,
Found one. Is that the rich part of town?
I'm gonna start stumbling that way.
Well, it's getting closer to it, so this guard was just probably like chasing some halfling or something,
Yeah.
as guards do.
All right,
I feel we should
let
send-
me try to talk to this guard.
Oh,
Speak,
all right.
Oh god.
No, you he has high charisma.
rat v rat. You know what I mean?
Whoa there! What are you doing?
Hello.
Oh, big fella, you better step back! And he brandishes his halberd and makes sure that you're like
Oh.
5 feet away from him.
Go.
Okay, well, no harm meant here. We're travelers coming through town. We saw posting a while back talking about rats, and we think we may be the solution to your problems.
Well, I tell you this much: you just talk to the Lord Sheriff and he'll set you right.
Where's the sheriff?
All right. Can you point us the direction to the Lord Sheriff?
What do I look like, a hired guide?
Yes, that's exactly what you look like.
Just point to
I'm
us.
gonna. Should I intimidate this guard?
No.
I feel
We
like that's
should go act sexy for him. Act sexy for him.
Ruin, get over here. Try to make this guy think you like him or something.
Yeah, like just be like a cute little girl. He's like,
Oh my god. I don't have that much charisma, y'all.
put on a.
Well, whatever. Get over here.
I'm the only one who's not fucked up though, I guess.
Yeah, I'm fucked up. I have good charisma, but
I guess how does this work? I
Charming.
try to convince him to tell us where to go.
say it with lady like curves.
So I'm sorry for this brute pork bothering you today.
What?
Use your customer voice.
Please shut up.
Customer
Can you
voice.
please point us to the Lord Sheriff so we can help rid your town of those disgusting rats?
And then are you being more persuasive or are you being more deceptive? Because I have a feeling it's more deceptive here.
You do kind of have.
Sure,
attitude.
let's go with that.
You want to be deceptive? Mark?
Yeah, we're gonna go with the seven.
Yeah, what's deceptive?
I'm better at persuasion, but y'all want to
Yeah.
I feel like why is she literally trying to kill rats? I mean,
why am I lying? But I'm trying to kill
just
rats.
persuade him. Persuade him.
Persuade.
Okay, I'm gonna persuade.
Just
Is that a
use-
persuasion check?
use your wins?
What you said was like more out of character or deceptive, but I don't.
Yeah, it would be a persuasion
Oh, that's-
check.
Oh, that's good. Okay.
I'm gonna check and roll.
What you get? Lauren,
Okay. Well,
what'd you get?
7.
Oh no.
7?
7.
Our group is like unlucky. I feel like.
I feel like we're straight trash. Is 7 good for me?
Should I kill the guy?
Yeah, so the guard kind of sees all of this as like some kind of ploy, and he won't let you get any closer to him either, and he's just like, yeah, I think you guys should like just be moving along now. Move it on down the road. Tell it walking.
Let's just go. Let's just go down the road. We know he's probably in the rich part of town. Let's just go and because we don't want to get a bad reputation to the point where they like won't even let us fuck with the rats. You know, we want to try to intimidate.
It might be too late, but okay.
Yeah,
Which way do we want to go?
just straight.
Yeah, down Main Street, east.
Yeah.
All right,
Spell it.
all right. So as you guys continue down the main street.
Save it.
It's over. We're leaving.
Yeah, save
Oh, keep this off?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh,
we're just
shit.
gonna east.
We're just gonna go down, continue down the main street. Hope that we
I see.
hit the rich part of town.
So I'm guessing that Ruin owns persuasion didn't work.
No.
He's drinking
7.
water. They're drinking water.
Murder yells, "Bye, man!" to the guard.
My man.
Bye, man.
Oh, my man.
See you later, dude.
Look at the kitty
He's not a very aggressive man.
drinking water. Ooh,
Mm.
buildings with. Oh look, boxes.
Hey, Bufo.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go climb those boxes real quick. Can you put me on?
You wanna go eat up there?
That sounds pretty fun, my man. Let's go check it out.
There's also like a barrel down that one.
We're gonna be a cool 500-pound stand on top of that box.
I really enjoy how you're committing your character so much to the hiccups.
Oh god. What can I say? I'm a simple man.
Murder, you see anything in those boxes?
I'm not looking in them. I'm just hopping up on.
Oh my god, look
All right, dude, just take a peek for us, okay?
All right.
Any rats?
I'll crack open the boxes. Let's see what's inside the box.
As you begin to mess with the box, a child comes running around the corner and says, "Hey, what are you doing with them goods there, mister?"
I get startled and I pull out my weapon.
Child.
Ain't so smart, all right? And I yell, "Are you a gnome?"
He's like, "Oh my god, are you a dwarf?"
And then
Suck it.
that's enough to immediately diffuse me, and I smile and I say, "Yes, I am."
I never
And
met
I
a
sort of away.
dwarf
Come on,
before.
away, whatever.
Can I touch your beard?
Yeah, let him touch your beard.
And I say, "Only if I can pat your head, little gnome."
Sure. And he runs up and starts stroking the braids in your beard.
And I say,
It's unsettling.
Ask him about that.
That's when you know who the sheriff is. Man.
"Question for you, bud. Do you happen to know where the sheriff is? We're trying to kill some rats."
The Lord Sheriff.
Oh sure.
Sheriff.
Oh sure. He's right up there on top of that hill there, and he points, and over all of the slums and shacks you can see a shining mansion that is beautifully situated above all the rest of the houses in town.
Not about luxury.
While they're talking, Velfaris searches the boxes that the what are you doing, Wakas?
See what's around.
Valeris searches through the boxes that Bufo and Murder were searching through earlier, looking for something that will help her feel more awake.
All right. As you begin to open the boxes, you see that all of these boxes have been filled with various fabrics for making clothes, because this is the seamstress right here in this building.
I don't need fabrics. Should we get fabrics to protect our bodies from super rabies?
I have
No, we'll deal with that later. We'll deal with that later.
have mine
Alright.
pretty good.
I mean,
Okay, you guys keep talking. There's also a peasant, like a normal peasant, not peasant child. over there.
peasants, yeah, like this.
Keep talking to the kid. Ask him. Stephen, ask the-
everywhere.
ask the kid
no,
the rat.
no,
Ask
anything
him if
you
he's
can
seen rats. Yeah, ask him if he's seen rats.
I'd like to ask the peasant child, one more question, which is, can you tell me anything about the rat problem y'all have?
Oh, it's bad. They ate a lot of the food, and they've been coming up from the sewers at night. One of them bit Joey's toe off.
And Joey isn't one of you hobbits?
Yeah, he was my
Yeah,
friend, but he's been sick lately, so I ain't seen him in a while.
Valeris pushes Murder aside and says, "Did you actually see a rat bite your friend's toe?" I think it's all conspiracy.
Well, I wasn't there, but his dad said that he couldn't come out and play 'cause his toe got bit off by a rat.
I don't
know
believe it's
exactly
real.
what-
Yeah,
Oh my God,
I think
so-
it's the guards, but let's talk to the other peasants.
I think we just go talk to the sheriff.
Should
Let's
we,
go to the sheriff.
You think
You
the guards are going around collecting toes? I just want to make sure that I'm following
I'm
this
not
here.
trust it. I don't trust it.
I know if we stay here any longer, Mert might eat this kid's upper toe.
I have a lot of trust issues. There's a peasant standing right there on our way up. We just stop and ask the peasant some
I'd
questions.
like to walk by the peasant and go,
Yeah, I
sup, dude, and keep going.
I want to like do away with your murderous instinct for everything.
I'm not
Every
doing
person
it.
you-
Sure.
Guys, we can't spend the
Yeah,
last.
try to keep
We can't spend this entire day. We're already exhausted. We can't handle 2 days of exhaustion. We
You're
can't
not
spend the time-
exhausted.
Yeah.
Just me. I'm the one that wants to
Okay,
talk to the
someone's not
president.
great.
Someone votes or like asks for a vote and like to go to the sheriff's house.
All right, let's go.
Let's go.
Frick you, peasant.
See that sheriff.
All
Directly-
right.
You gonna say bye to the child?
I'd like to pick the child up, throw him on my shoulder for a second, and say, "Oh, you can come eventually anytime there, but you're the nicest hobbit I've ever met, or halfling I've ever met."
We'd like to be-
He says,
No,
"Oh
no,
boy, do you really
ever met?
think I could be an adventurer?"
No,
You
technically, no. He's gonna show up later, and it's not gonna be because of me.
As long as you keep all your toes, you can be whatever you want.
He's gonna go.
And then I use my absurdly large strength to throw him up on our roof and we leave.
You're gonna throw him on a roof?
We're gonna find that kid's dead body later after he went adventuring and found rats.
Who's put the child on the roof?
No, it's the
With the
DM.
child,
DM.
Okay, good. Don't put the child on the roof. Oh,
You
man.
gotta roll threat, bro.
Yeah, roll for it, Steven.
If you're trying to toss him, you gotta roll the hobbit toss.
Roll. I
All
hope
right.
it's a 2.
Hold
I hope
on.
that kid
Hold
dies.
on.
Fucking just eat the child
Do I-
straight into the wall.
What, should I just do a strength check?
It's a strength check, not a save.
All right, strength check. This one ain't gonna be robbing for old murder, guys.
Oh my god.
You easily
Here we go, baby.
you toss him up there, and not only do you toss him up there, but you do it so perfectly that he just kind of like lands right on the roof, and like it looks like you guys had done this a dozen times.
For all we know.
You basically made a painting with the child.
And then he lands perfectly.
I know.
What he wanted to do to toss him up there is perfect. And then I say, "All right, see you, little hobbit," and then we head out.
You're rolling that 20 to toss the little child on the
There's
roof.
nothing relevant to this.
All right, let's get
quest.
out.
All right, hold on. Belfair, while the rest of the group goes ahead, sneaks back to the child.
No.
No, we grab
And-
All right, let's go.
And poisons the peasant and the child.
Oh my goodness.
No.
Oh,
Steve, you rolled a perfect 20 to toss the child on the roof.
that's like the only 20 you're gonna get.
The
Right.
only,
Child tossing 20. That's it.
literally,
Boosted him on the roof.
the only thing that doesn't matter. And it's like,
Dude, at some point we're gonna be leaving town, and I'm getting chased by a rat, and that guy's gonna fucking pull an Ollie from Game of Thrones. He just pulls an arrow and shoots the rat.
Well,
Gives me a nod, and then saves my life.
Yeah.
From the roof, he said.
Yeah, dude, nicest little hot gnome I've ever met.
Oh my god, kid rolls, yeah.
I've been asking him forever.
Wait, what?
your floats.
Well, the cat is
He's
pretty
gone.
low.
He's on the roof. He can't get down.
Ooh, look at this fancy house.
Hey, where are you, Ollie?
Forgot his name, dude.
All right,
What the fuck?
we're at a house. How old are those?
These are spicy cheeses.
Oh,
Those
are
nice.
Where's a knife?
A knight.
Knight.
Oh, knife.
Is there any roofs like him?
Well, Lord Sogwin is just still drunk.
Am I?
No, you're just over and you fucked up.
We both feel like, you know what?
Murder and Booth are pretty dumb.
Maybe this person will let us stay at their place and nap.
At night?
Sleep, yeah.
You think he's
Alright.
gonna go
It
to
don't matter.
Adventures and he's gonna let us sleep in the castle, dude?
I think
I'm gonna go.
we're
I'm
gonna
gonna go
persuade him.
tonight.
We're
and I'm
gonna
gonna.
persuade him.
I'm gonna cast a spell.
Stop where you are.
Oh shit.
Oh,
The first thing you do is gonna charm.
Yeah, you can't just pull out your weapon.
I got my weapon out.
Uh-oh, he has a weapon.
Uh-oh.
We need
See how big it is? It's a great sword.
It is a big weapon. Oh no, night.
Damn straight.
We ventured far and wide.
Oh.
Yes.
It's nice being a little saucy
It is
for
a
my
very
type.
straight weapon. That is very true. Blacksmiths are very skilled indeed. We come to the town
I'm good.
to help with a rat infestation. We've read news that we may be of assistance. I myself have quite a background in killing rats, and would love to aid you in this for the proper price, of course.
Yeah, well, the way it works is any adventurers want to go down into the sewers, clear out the rat infestation, so that the cleaners can get down there and get all the feces moving. Lord Sheriff here will pay them for every rat head they bring them.
How
Wait.
much per head?
No, we need to go in and talk to Lord Sheriff. I don't want to talk to this guy anymore.
Did you see my sword?
You guys got
Yeah.
Should I try to charm him?
I
Get in?
thought that's what you were doing before.
No, I didn't cast my spell yet.
We just asked to go in.
No, I'm gonna charm.
Character.
Okay, yeah, try to charm him to let us in.
All right.
But
All right, I'm gonna cast charm person on this night. How do I do? Oh, sorry.
You go to spellbook. You go to spellbook, and then you'll see charm person.
Yep, and an attack.
And then you roll the cast spell button.
Do you see cast spell anywhere? There's charm. Oh, there it is. Cast spell. Oh, what is that?
Ruh-roh. Charm enchantment level 1. That's pretty low. Range 30 feet. You're pretty close. Oh yeah, maybe it was a success.
All right.
Yeah.
So after trying, I ask if we can speak to the sheriff directly, the Lord Sheriff.
Is he a saving throw?
Uh-oh.
Oh shit!
And he
He
fails.
was at a disadvantage.
No, he didn't have disadvantage, but it's just the first roll because it's normal. The NPC sheet just rolls 2 dice anyway.
Mm.
Oh, shit.
So he fails,
Heck yeah. You're charming.
and he's like, "Hey, have you seen my sword?"
Charm him.
He's charmed. He's trying to show you his sword.
Oh, he's like telling, "Oh, have you seen it?" Cool.
That is a nice sword.
Tell him.
I wish I could have a sword that beauty and that sharpness one day.
Oh well,
Valkyries
here
walk
you
up to
can
the
you can
knight.
have this one.
Baby sword.
All right.
Have it. Are you sure?
Wait, no, I think I'd get in trouble.
Oh, you're worst.
Well, if we're killing rats, a sword like that would really help us do our job well.
Yeah. Well, I mean, maybe I could grab one from the armory.
All right.
Okay,
If you roll persuasion with advantage, he'll give you this one and go try to get another one and hide that he lost his sword.
all right.
Cause he's definitely charmed, but like he's not gonna like get his head cut off for you. But yeah, it turns out he is. So
Oh,
The heck?
so yeah,
The heck?
all right.
he hands you a great sword that is very finely crafted and has black steel for the hilt and blade.
We're gonna have to sell
Well,
that
thank you,
later.
kind knight. We'll use this in many ways to fight evil among this land, meaning rats.
Tell him to go to the army. Try and get them to throw away too.
Yeah, we get in the house.
Oh yeah. So, is there any way we can speak to the Lord Sheriff?
he's like a 4-year-old.
Ben's not that smart.
Yeah, that's true. You're not.
Oh, I'm just saying, tell him the armor to get a new sword, and then he'll be gone. He'll go with.
I'm a boy.
Are we worried? You again?
What?
No.
All right, there. Now you have your greatsword. He
Oh.
says, well, technically, nobody is supposed to be able to go and see the Lord Sheriff right now, but maybe I could pop in and see if he's busy. And so he kind of like is like, okay, so just wait right here, stay here. And then he like runs
Of course.
inside.
Of course.
Yeah. Okay, let's just go inside, right?
Yeah.
Should we all just go inside anyway behind him? So because we decide just to follow him in.
You follow him?
We should all follow him. I'm gonna follow him.
Well, you're a rogue.
I'm
I'm following. Okay, Ronan is in there. So that means you basically have to go.
Okay, well, I'm in there too. Okay.
Okay, Fox is going in because he's outside.
And you got to make a choice. You going in?
Yeah, of course. Yeah. Can't
We-
drag my character over.
I just wanted to stress at the house real bad. Ooh, look, he has places to sleep. He has a freaking guards. Lots of guards.
Servant,
Oh, you
Lord
guys
Sheriff,
got
dude.
this bit.
Oh,
Rah.
shit. Oh, yeah, we surround ourselves with a lot of guards. And they're not all Trump.
Wait, hold on. We haven't done anything wrong. The knight did something wrong.
Okay.
Velfaris. Wait, should we wait until he tells us what the situation is once we get in there?
Yeah. So as you guys go through the door after a few moments of the night walking off, you enter and see a well-lit, very elaborate stone foyer with expensive-looking decorations, candelabras, and rugs, and a stairway leading up, a double stairway, in fact, leading up with twin doors on the first level between them, large, solid oak doors with old engravings and carvings in them, and those are closed, so you can't see like what's going on behind that just yet. But the guards are like, "You there? What are you doing?"
All right. Okay, so Velfera walks up to one of the guards and says that says the Lord Sheriff is expecting us. And I'm gonna have to roll on, I think, deception.
I think that's right.
Steven, will you roll for me?
Do you want to roll
Yeah.
for you?
Lauren can, yeah.
No, I got you. Okay.
Lauren's got it. But I think at a disadvantage because I hired.
Yes,
to
your
run
your
this down.
your exhaustion.
I'm gonna perk up just for a second.
Wait,
though.
are you doing it?
You do it.
I can toss.
Okay.
Deception?
Yeah.
I got a great sword for a knight.
Oh, you took his straight work from it?
I cast a spell on him to charm
Okay,
him.
that sounds so bad.
Heck yeah!
Yeah, you would have gotten a nat 20,
Or
but
inside-
you still did all right. So the guard is like,
Next.
"Oh, okay. Well, he's right through those doors there. Go right in."
Heck yeah. Heck
Nice.
yeah.
All right, Ralph.
I feel like someone should talk to that servant and ask them
No,
what
let's
we gotta
go.
ask him like something so we can butter up the Lord Sheriff. Someone go, Bufo. No, wait. Which one of you was like a temptress? Secretly, you know you're ugly.
Me?
That's
Wait.
innocent.
I'm gonna go bashing. I can go bashing something.
I feel like, oh wait, Lord.
So Sugwin has okay. I want to do two things. Sugwin has like a moment of clarity and wants to look at that coin that the minstrel gave him again. Can he do like a lore check or inspection or something to figure out what it is?
Yeah.
Can't just keep having moments of clarity.
You can roll a intelligence unskilled at
Investigation.
disadvantage. Or yeah, investigation would be a good one there too. You got to get creative with 5th edition skills, you know?
Yeah.
There's investigation right there.
Okay. We'll do,
Wait.
But it has to
Okay.
be disadvantage.
Yeah, just click roll and it'll
All right,
it'll
couple
put
cops.
And then
Do it disadvantage. Don't fuck up, bud.
let's see.
And you would have gotten a
Oh,
nat 20, but instead you get a 7 and you just look at it and like it begins to blur into 3 coins. You can't make out the symbol at all.
All right.
Idiot, dude.
All right, let's go say hi to Lord Sheriff. We're not going to talk to the server guests because you guys don't like to stop to talk to
Dude,
people.
let's take
I
our
don't talk to
advantage and go.
servants.
All right, you drag murder up. I want to be the guy that talks.
Okay.
Oh no.
When we go over to the Lord Sheriff, first thing I do is clap him on the back and say, "Hey, nice to meet you. Name's Murder."
God damn it.
No.
Murder.
The minstrel, the minstrel's there.
And I heard you had a bit of a rat problem.
I bet you the Lord Sheriff's going to be just like my king that I am forced to serve.
These are the men I was telling you about, sir. And the Lord Sheriff grimaces down at Murdier and gives you a look like Caesar himself, like, take your hand off of me. He doesn't say it, but his look says it.
I feel like you're royal.
Great.
Look, show him the coin.
Lord Dugwood spies a minstrel, I guess, across the room and tries to perceive if it's the same minstrel from earlier.
It is not.
That was a sneaky minstrel.
No,
A different minstrel.
Well, then so then he turns to Boo and he goes, "No, like gentlemen to gentlemen, we don't always give each other money to talk. This guy's a sheriff. I should just like."
No, the coin that was given to you. By the
Oh shit!
Flash him. Flash the coin and see if it means anything.
Oh my god.
I think that would be giving away too much.
I really
Bufo.
feel like we should.
Wait, don't flash. Just fucking play with it in your fingers. Roll around in your fingers. See
Man.
That's the smartest Murdier has ever said. So I do. I don't know if I have this slide. I know how to do that thing where you move a coin between your knuckles. I do it with that thing, and I say, "Hail and well met, Sheriff. May we help your rat problem."
He says if you're here to help with the infestation, then you are most welcome indeed. Come, sit, eat at my table.
Heck yeah.
Nice.
Okay.
Everybody go
okay.
sit at the table.
Thank you, fair sir.
I want to be at the end because you're more likely to get double servings at the end.
Okay, I'll put you over here.
Okay.
I'm gonna say to my boy Bufo. Nice.
Someone
Boots.
someone's asking for more deets.
Okay, Lord Sugwin goes, "Thank you for the hospitality, kind sir. How have these rats been troubling you, and where can we get started? Is there an entrance to the sewer?"
Well, to be honest, the rats have been a nuisance. All these peasants, day and night, all they complain about is how much food they've lost and how much the disease is spreading and how the cleaners can't get into the sewers to clear out the clogs and keep everything moving along. And now the stench is backing up and I can smell it, and well, it's just too much. And so I just need somebody to go down there and find out what's causing these rats to breed out of control and eliminate them. Anybody who can get it to where my cleaners can get down there safely, I'll pay them 1 iron bit per rat head that they bring me.
One iron?
Well, yeah. I also have 1 iron at the same time as Landon goes 1 iron.
Also, I hate to say it again, but I'd really like it if we could convince this guy to let us stay at his place tonight so I could take
No one cares what you do.
Okay, fine. Lord Sutton goes, we'll do it, but you have a room for our, what is her name, Dargon?
All of us need to go to bed. All of us need
okay.
to go to bed.
I presume to know what I need.
If we don't sleep in,
We'll take care of the rat problem.
We'll take care of the rat problem, and I try to kind of negotiate. Like, we'll take care of the rat problem, and we'll do it for 1 iron, I guess, if you'll let us sleep here, right?
No, I want 1 iron per rat limb.
Okay, so 5 irons per rat. 6 irons per rat?
how many?
What's
Where
the-
is it?
Count tail and head. Count tail and head.
Yeah. Yeah, 6 per rat, plus we get to sleep here.
Oh, Ben convinced by telling him the story about your history.
2.
Oh yeah.
2 per rat? Can we sleep here?
Hold on.
No, what?
Wait.
Okay.
How are you our negotiator? You're fucking the
No,
most soy boy negotiator
No,
I've ever had in my entire life. 2? Can we sleep here though, please?
Sheriff,
What is that shit?
Sheriff, you are speaking to no normal traveler here.
Oh?
Prestigious rat hunters in this land, and we will take care of your rat problem quicker than any other. That you
Well,
come across.
You
I
certainly appear
6
capable. You certainly appear capable, but how can I be assured of your skills? Guard! And he calls him over.
Him.
Sir! Duel this man! A test of your skills. Defeat my guard, and I shall give you 1 bronze piece per rat. Fail, and you get half an iron piece.
Uh-oh. All right, do it.
It is.
But I can still do it. Well, you can't do it.
No.
All right.
Oh, okay.
If this duel takes place, I would ask for a 2-on-2 duel. So me and my best man merge.
If you're too afraid to take on this simple guard, then I'm afraid you're not the men I'm looking for.
Take on the guard, you bitch.
All right, no one insults me like this. Let's rumble.
Let's get ready to rumble.
All right, time to slice and dice.
Need to be poisonous.
The guard is nervous. You can tell that he's young and inexperienced. He is no veteran by any means and has likely been conscripted in to a job he never really wanted.
Kill him.
That's a bad outcome for him.
Yeah, sounds unfortunate.
So who's fighting him?
All right, I'm gonna. It's Bufo.
Okay, so go ahead and roll your initiative.
All right.
You click on your token. And then you'll see a list of macros at the top. Initiative has an hourglass by it.
Oh, but
If
you're
there's
going to
only
get
3
so you better
subs.
get it. Okay.
I was about to say, Jesus.
A 6.
Yeah. You
Oh, the guard rolled a 3.
Nice.
Poor guard.
He's a new.
What are you going to do, Ben?
It's my first attack.
Yes.
All right. Well, as a warlock trained under my warlock fiend, I am going to hit him with Eldritch Blast, and I'm not going to duel him with my sword that I just earned.
Oh.
You know what? Just trying to disarm the guy?
I just want to hit him with a little magic, dude, and scare the shit out of him.
Alright.
All right, I'm gonna cast Eldritch Blast.
It has feet, dude.
Oh, it didn't roll the damage properly.
Oh no! I rolled a 20. No.
You're still gonna
yeah.
you're still gonna hit, but like I gotta fix the damage quick. I don't know what's going on.
You just nailed him, but you just have no idea how to actually apply damage.
Maybe.
But you knocked it out of the park. You had like the most beautiful fucking Eldritch
Lightning
Blast.
strike.
You
The
swirled
colors
up
for
another
me.
storm, dude, and you
You look
fucking
so
sent it over to
cool.
him.
And
And
just like dissipated.
it just stopped like a fucking cloud of smoke right before his face, dude.
I sheathed my great sword that I just earned.
All right, it
and
works.
I
Go.
rolled back with my hand.
All right, go ahead and re-roll it now. I just needed to make sure it worked. You still get the 20. You
Okay.
still hit. Oh, but we'll let you go ahead and crit anyway. So
Yikes.
he deals 6
Oh.
force damage as eldritch power wells up inside of him. His eyes begin to glow a specific unique color, unique to him and his
Right.
patron that fuels his energy. What color would that be?
Eyes are glowing a certain color.
Glowing purple.
Oh, God.
For-
As his eyes begin to glow purple, he holds forth his hand, and purple energy bursts forth into the guard, dealing 6 force damage. As this happens, everybody in the room's jaw drops, and the guard just like backs up into the corner. They're like, "Oh my God, are you a wizard?"
I'm here, wizard. Don't shed that blasphemy in front of me. I'm a warlock.
A what? A practitioner of the dark ways? Shh! You don't want to be saying that too loud.
Yeah, seriously, shut up. Give-
Man, must have been strong ale last night.
Lord Sheriff, the Lord Sheriff stands up and says, it looks like you hurt yourself falling down. Why don't you go ahead and take the rest of the week off with pay and heal up?" And sends the guard away. The rest of you, go and check on the kitchen. See to it that it's spotless.
Oh, he's getting rid of all of the servants. He wants to talk to us privately.
Mm,
Minstrel, get the hell out of here.
really proving our worth here.
Now that he found out we. Yeah, so.
Be on.
Should we talk to him?
Minstrel?
Yeah.
So,
Let's come in and talk to you.
I assume you know that as Lord Sheriff, I am charged with arresting anyone who commits the heresy of practicing the dark arts.
Oh,
Oh God.
oh my god.
We should.
Lord
but
Sheriff,
why
I must ask you, what is more important, my arrest or a rat infestation?
No, I think we can be of far more use to each other than merely the bounty I would collect for burning you. I think we could arrange more lucrative accommodations for all of you and your friends if you have that kind of power at your disposal. My friend, I happily offer you the 1 bronze piece per rats, as well as all of the food and rest that you need before you set off, for I see that your weak friends are tired and need their rest, but the strength in you and your other companions gives me hope that you will be the ones to free me of this curse,
What curse?
this plague.
Just the rat.
Rat curse.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Lord Sheriff, we will find a solution to your problem, and thank you for the hospitality. We will take leave and take your offer of sleeping here tonight, and of course, drinking your ale.
So, Renon's a little bit distrustful of this Lord Sheriff. I'm worried he's gonna backstab us after we go and try and kill his rats.
You're gonna go to sleep. You should check the house while we're asleep.
Can I just make sure that he's not lying?
Yeah, absolutely. You can roll an insight check.
We
Do it.
Jesus.
You won't.
We're just fucking meatheads.
Murder,
I
like
know.
while she's doing her weird insight check shit, murder like another serving of food, if possible.
Can you roll a food check, bro?
Yeah,
There's gotta be a check for
Look at
that.
that.
If you
Whoa!
oh,
Put you
nice.
inside.
yeah, there is a lot of food available, so like literally you can have fourths, fifths, you know, just like as much as you want.
Kurt, cool. I've got a full lamb shank in each hand. I'm just munching them both down while she does her perception thing.
Yeah, there's fruits and vegetables on the table too.
I push those aside and grab haunches of meat.
Yeah. So his deception roll was exceptionally well, but your insight roll was just a little bit better. And so you can tell that he has some secret that he is definitely hiding.
I knew it.
Ask it.
Yeah.
Or we can ask this.
Lord Sheriff, how can we trust that you will keep your end of this bargain?
Because I could just have you all arrested now.
Let's
Man,
not
I'm
check.
so sorry.
I said we need to find servants. Belvaris sneaks away in the shadows. Do I need a roll for that? For
Yeah, you'll need to roll stealth.
I'll
Okay, that'll work.
Belvaris stealths away to try to find if she can
At
find a
disadvantage.
servant.
Oh, at disadvantage.
Shouldn't,
I am.
shouldn't you
I-
look
yeah,
look
I
for
need
like
to take a nap. This is on you guys.
don't even look for servants, like look for secret documents and stuff.
Even tired, you're able to sneak past the Lord Sheriff's watchful gaze and into the kitchen area over here.
Okay.
All right. Let's see. Oh yeah, look at these servants and the cook. This is the place to be.
Oh no.
Velfaris walks over to the servant at the big main table and asks him.
I'm a lady.
About, the rat.
Yeah, I'm a lady.
She's a lady.
Maybe I don't look so ugly. I got ponytail.
Oh man.
You're wearing pants.
What was the question? I'm sorry. I was offended that I was called a guy.
My bad, nice lady. I'm not good with people. My parents are dead. It's a whole thing. Should I ask about the rats, or should I ask what's up with the Lord
Yeah,
Sheriff?
yeah,
Ask about him.
yeah, the patron, yeah.
Rat.
What, sir, tell me what you know about the Lord Sheriff.
He's a great lord.
That sounded like bullshit to me. Did anybody else hear that? Sounded
No, we're in the room.
bullshit.
Right.
I asked I pulled this servant over to the other room that's still separated from the cook and the other servant.
The pantry?
So I pull her over, into the pantry. Get over here, bitch. And then say, "We're alone now. Tell me what you know about the Lord Sheriff."
I would never betray the Lord Sheriff. I swear it. I don't know what you heard.
All right, I'm gonna intimidate this bitch and telling me what she knows about the Lord Sheriff. I'm gonna try. I probably won't be very. What's an intimidation? What's that? Dexterity?
No, intimidation is charisma. It's
Charisma.
under skills.
Okay. I'm gonna intimidate her by pulling on her ugly little ponytail.
Here, I got the question.
Oh, we're just doing
What you got?
I want Lauren to roll for me. She's the best
At
roller.
disadvantage, yeah.
Oh yeah, I am at a disadvantage. I'm tired.
So to be honest, with you, she went to the kitchens,
Heck
call a
yeah.
woman a dude, and now she's yanking on some ponytails. So I went crazy, but that's okay.
I intimidated that bitch so hard, too.
Yeah. So
I did.
you can see in her face that this is a 14 or 15-year-old girl who has been pressured into service here at the Lord Sheriff's mansion, and
Oh,
as you grab her ponytail, she has flashbacks to the orphanage where she was before she was sold to the Lord Sheriff, and she just kind of like goes kind of half limp, and she's like, I swear I never betrayed the Lord, I swear.
All right, I'm enough of this.
Wow.
I say we go to sleep. We wake up in the morning and we fight some rats.
Wait, I'm not done with her yet.
Wait, hold on. Before,
Hold on. I gently lean forward to the little girl. Her ponytail is still in my hand. My face is very close to her face, and I say, better not be lying to me. And I gently kiss her forehead and go back to the dining hall. Now you can begin.
Murder kind of sees all this happen in the corner of his eye, and internally he debates whether or not to ask her if she wants to hop onto the roof, and he decides not to. He keeps it in his back pocket for future reference. That she might need a little escape. Shall we go to sleep for the night?
I think we should.
I think the crew we should get a good night's rest. Wake up at the crack of dawn and take this battle to the sewers.
I want Lauren to go sleeping while we're sleeping.
I'll just go into the trance and then
Go into the Lauren will go into the quick trance and then okay, let's all move to the sleeping room. Where's the
Lord
sleeping
Sheriff,
room?
can
I
you
saw
point
it.
us to where we can sleep?
All right, so as you go back through the double doors and up the stairs, now you guys find yourselves on the second floor.
Cool.
Nice.
Go to that room. There's rooms with beds.
Wow, this is big.
I'm not sharing a bed with
You're gonna sleep
Lord
in the
Mr. Sugwell.
Second, you can sleep in a room by yourself.
I'm not sure if that was
Sorry,
murder.
used to sleeping.
Woke up in the middle of the night with the mouth around my big toe.
So hungry. All right, so let's all go off in separate rooms so we can move our people, I guess. And then I just feel like
Ruanan, as you enter that room, you see a crackling fire, a bearskin rug, and several warm, comfy chairs, as well as washing stations, a desk set up with several books and various scrolls of different types, and an entire little book rack full of books and scrolls.
Wonderful.
Never say I didn't take you anywhere nice.
oh, Bufo, you followed her into the room.
Bufo, you didn't take me here. Please leave.
Murder.
Um,
Can you move Murder into the next room?
Renan also choose one of the seats to take a nice trance in
Okay.
for a little bit.
Little tramp.
Okay, Murder's looking feeling a little isolated right now.
Okay,
while
well, that's
while
not the
Rhiannon
personal
takes her dance, Murder goes into the Lord Sheriff's room, I guess.
Oh, what?
Hey, what are you doing in here? Guards! Guards! Come escort this man to his room.
God damn it.
What are you doing? Come on, dwarf.
I tell. Hello.
All right, he starts. I don't know.
That was a misstep.
Yeah, wherever the guard tells me to go, I'll go there.
Where's he gonna tell you to go? Go to that room.
You go in here.
There we go.
Get in there, dwarf. Stay in
I
there.
yell out.
Yeah.
All right, I tell the guard to stop being so pushy. And then I yell out to Bufo, "Come on in, there's bunk beds."
Oh,
Oh, God.
There's a large double bed
You
in
know me.
here
we're about
and a bath in the adjacent room.
Lars goes to the large double bed and goes to sleep. If my disadvantage go away.
I can't get into the room. Oh, there we go.
Oh, what up?
All
Come
right,
on,
dude.
man, slumber party.
All right.
Well, hold on, now I wanted the book sheets though.
Oh, God damn murder. Whatever. Just take him.
And fucking Lord Sugwin is
Yeah,
following Vel'Farce into the
Something
bed.
like it's like sheepishly following Vel'Farce, I guess. But
There's a
I don't
bath
know
in that other room there if you want.
Bastard.
To be safe.
Can I like a dragon? I just sleep in the bathtub.
Dude, there's another room in the top left, bud.
Oh snap! But that's the sheriff's room.
Yeah, that's
the sheriff's bathroom.
That's just,
bathroom. or
someone,
something.
I feel
Office.
someone sneak in there.
We should
Okay.
sneak in
You
there.
should-
Ruin on.
I
No,
know.
no, Rogue should go, but she needs some sleep.
Yeah.
I'm gonna
Okay.
see. I'm gonna have a disadvantage even after this.
Oh yeah. She's such a-
What kind of dragon are you?
I'm a silver dragon. No. Yeah.
He's
What
a
is-
bathtub
what is it,
sleeping
gold
dragon.
dragon?
Oh, it's cold dragon.
Yeah, it's kind of.
Everyone is everyone asleep, Dungeon Master, in the household?
No, of course not. There's always somebody up doing something, especially the guard outside of Lord Sheriff's doorway.
I feel like you're gonna have to do something to sneak around the guard.
Ruin, you're gonna have to do some.
I do feel like you're gonna have to do something.
You're gonna have to.
I'm gonna need you to do some real quick.
It's disgusting, and I think y'all are talking to a different person.
What are you ruin on?
Okay.
She knows
You're
dignified.
gonna either have to like persuade him or sneak around him, like do a little throw a rock situation where you go down the hall to see what that noise was, and then you sneak in.
Oh, we should totally. Who's good at stealth and all that stuff?
I'm decent at persuasion, so I'll try that. Okay.
Technically, I am, but
What's
Alright.
what's your goal?
Hold on. How does sleep
Yeah, I
work
can do it.
exactly? Like, can we just trance and fast forward 4 hours?
Yeah, yeah. If you want
Okay.
a trance while you peruse some of the books, and then trance quick, and then have it be 4 hours later, then yeah, it's about midnight, 1 o'clock. Yeah.
Yeah.
I do
I'd
feel
love
like-
to peruse some of the books.
Yeah.
And scroll.
So as you're
Yeah.
perusing some of the books and scrolls, you notice that he has many old books, old stories about like almost like legendary mythological battles and old drawings of cities that no longer exist.
Interesting.
Also, he's totally making up the rats, right?
The rats still defeated.
The rat ate the kid's friend's toe.
He wasn't there to see that though. Specific rats. He didn't see nothing. He just heard about it later.
I think knows more about the rats than he told us.
He has
They
all
only
these
got some.
myths
They only got
about-
some
Move
wisdom,
it.
smartness. They
She
can
has,
do.
Yeah,
Rufa
I
has-
have a lot of
she has
wisdom.
high perception. You
Yeah,
can just like go
are
around
the
and
battles of-
perceive different
Do any of the
rooms.
battles have rats in them?
I think there's an unfortunate reality, guys, that we need to go down those sewers and find.
Okay, well, you would say that. So.
First,
Y'all two just
Y'all
decide.
sleep, so thank you.
All right.
yeah, let's at least try to. She should at least try to like look into it.
All right. We're not gonna go and like peruse some of the scrolls that are sitting out on these desks to see if she can find any additional information.
After
Or
searching
scroll.
after searching through thoroughly, you roll in not investigation. Yeah, no, perception. You roll a perception check,
Mm-hmm.
This controller's
Actually,
and as you do so, you find one of the pictures of the old cities is actually the city that this town is built upon, and one of the drawings shows a rough outline of the sewer system.
Take that. You should keep that.
Can I take that and put it in my bag?
Absolutely.
I want to put the sewer. Nice.
So what do we think? Wait, why is
that's awesome.
this old city
I think
shit
it's,
now and it was dope before?
No.
I think it's built upon
It's
ruins
built on
of another
top of it.
city.
Yeah. There, it seems there's some
And that's
stuff
where
that
the
went
rats
down
live in the ruins.
in the
The rats are people.
people rat.
I
Where
think
rats?
you talked about his vanquish foes before this in mythology. I feel like they're rat people.
There's more
Are
we
they
know about
lessons?
these rats. I don't think we're gonna find out until we go down there.
I think I tell you one thing. I think murder is so I'm gonna shut up.
Yeah.
All right. Dawn makes her way out into the hallway. She's bored of this room.
She steps on a squeaky floorboard, and Murray wakes up and
Stay
says,
asleep.
So
Bufo, I had a nightmare.
as you pass by, you can hear the half orc and the dwarf, and it literally sounds like dueling chainsaws just going off as they battle each other for who is the loudest, burpiest, fartiest sleeper possible. It is literally like a nightmare walking past it.
But that's an advantage for sneaking around.
All right, I hurry on by.
If you need like someone's help, you can also wake someone up who has like, good skills.
They have.
And
Perfect.
as you round the corner by the other guard, you notice that he's kind of half asleep, leaning against his glaive, kind of up against the wall, almost dozing off.
Hey, like
I'm trying to make a choice here. and
between sneaking and persuading.
yeah, exactly.
I think you sneak.
I'm better at persuasion.
But he's asleep.
Dark in the neck.
If you
We don't have.
snook, would you get?
You could
I'm
murder
actually
him.
no. I think what I wanted would be deception.
Deception.
Metal Gear Solid, just like hide and murder and hide.
Well, what?
I'm pretty.
No, if it's Metal Gear Solid, or if it's Metal Gear, then you need the owl to make them think that it's time to go to sleep.
Yeah,
There we go.
but I'll let Rihanna do whatever.
Okay, as I think he is drifting off to sleep, I like slowly try to sneak into the king's room straight by him.
All right, roll a stealth check.
Okay.
Does she get an advantage because the boys are snoring so loud?
No, he gets disadvantage because he's asleep.
Okay.
Okay.
Cool.
Well, half asleep.
Not murder snort.
So yeah, you easily sneak through. No, he has disadvantage, so she easily sneaks through 10 to 6.
All right. Okay.
Ooh, go to his office.
Oh man, is Lord Sheriff asleep?
As you enter and you look, roll for perception.
Okay. Okay.
Come on, Brandon.
I'm trying to. All right.
You stop dead in your tracks as it looks like the Lord Sheriff is still up reading some scroll that he has in his hand, but then you quickly notice that he is actually asleep with his eyes open. You can hear
Good.
you can hear his heavy, steady breathing.
Great.
It was scrolling in my hand.
I'd love to sneak over by his shoulder and take a nice look at what he's reading or what's reading.
Yeah, so as you kind of peer over, you can't quite make everything out, but what you can make out, it says Lord Sheriff, titles, and then some words that you can't make out, and then if this is not seen to immediately, I will be seeing you sooner rather than later.
Interesting. I'm thinking about what I want to do.
There's
All right, I'm gonna try and take the paper out of his hands very slowly, so that I can read it more fully later at my own discretion.
All right, roll a sleight of hand.
Iris
Cool.
Award.
Yeah.
Iris Award.
What else are there? No, well, maybe who voted?
I'm saying we just got to go some racks.
I'm ready to start action.
Yes. Okay.
I know you can-
Nat
Oh my God,
20
Lauren.
with a natural
No way.
with a natural 20, you easily slip the paper out of his hands, at the same time replacing it with his sheet so that he's still holding something, and he just sits there continuing to hold his sheet as if it was the scroll he had in front of him.
Like,
Perfect.
And he also does ring.
I sit here and muse to myself that, of course, my dumb friends are sleeping, and I'm the only one doing anything of worth.
Oh,
If anything, you're getting things done because they're sleeping.
Right. Am I gonna push this and try and go into his office? I say, why the fuck not? Alright, I'm gonna try and sneak into the office section of his room. I don't know if that requires another roll or I can just
Nope,
head on
nope.
in there.
You just open the door and head on in there, and indeed, that is the office part of his room, with all kinds of maps of the local area, as well as notebooks and all kinds of stuff.
Perfect.
perception. Perception.
Straight off.
Perception is death, dude.
Can I try and understand like what he's been working on, or like
Some investigating.
yeah?
Perception is death.
Yeah, that would be investigate.
Investigate.
Okay.
What do you call crocodile wearing
Let's see.
a sleeveless jacket?
Investigator.
All right. I'm not that great at investigation, so.
All right, so as
Go for that.
as you look through everything, it appears as though he is preparing to send supplies to some kind of war camp here in this locality.
Oh, the rats are his slaves.
War camp.
The rats might just be rats, guys. I don't know.
There's more to this.
There
story.
is, but
Bufo wants a pet rat.
We also haven't read her full transcript. Well, none of us know anything in Crossby.
Yeah.
But
well, see, yeah, I want to know who wrote the thing out of character. I want to know.
Sending supplies from underground. All right, it didn't say underground.
You didn't say underground.
I say you just chalk it up, go back to sleep, and then.
Well, I don't need to sleep.
Why don't you do like a? Can you do a perception check for like anything super important in this room or something to take? It's next to a room. There's gotta be something in it. That's sorry, not a character, I guess.
You can roll. You can roll a perception to see, if there's anything else that jumps out at you. Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah, I think that from the podcast.
Look at that.
God damn, Lauren.
Jesus. Yeah, Dana.
She rolled 22, 22, 17, and 24.
I feel like Lawrence.
So as
I'm okay with it. 15
as you're sitting there and you pull up the chair and kind of kick your feet up on the desk and begin to read through his private notes and everything else to see just what else you can find, you kind of lean back and notice that he has a very fine swivel chair, an old design that most makers can't produce anymore in this era. And as you lean back, you hear a slight click from underneath the desk, and a hidden drawer slides open.
So the Lord Sheriff is the same Lord. He's from the past. He's from the past, right?
Oh.
All right.
Can I look into the drawer and see what's there?
Yeah.
What's
As
in
you-
the drawer?
As you look in the drawer, you see that there is a very ornate looking signet ring, a lock of hair, and a scroll case that is made completely out of some kind of metal and engraved with precious gems.
Interesting. Okay, so I'm gonna take the scroll case as well as the signet ring.
Mhm.
What color is the hair? Like, I don't know if I want hair in my bag.
The hair is black.
That's my hair.
Okay.
Good hair.
I'm just gonna put the hair
Yeah.
back and just remember that it's black, but I don't want it.
Now what are you gonna do?
All right.
We can a good sneaking mission. Getting
Mhm.
all the
I
way
You
agree.
back.
gotta sneak out.
I think what I do is sneak out to go rouse my friends and tell them. Yes, friends is a generous term. I'm gonna sneak out to go wake the people that I'm hanging out with.
After, of course, you close and put it back to where it was.
Thank you. Yes, I'm gonna put everything away so that it's not clear that I was in the room at all. And then head back out to the hallway so that I can go wake my traveling companions.
Yes, good stuff right now, or else
That worked, yeah.
Yeah, so as you pass through, everybody is still sound asleep.
Sweet. That's ideal. Okay. I don't want to talk to the snoring things. I'm gonna talk to Velfaris.
wait.
Has it been 8 hours? I don't actually know. How did
No, that only
time
took you
pass?
that only took you like an hour.
Oh my god. Okay.
Let us sleep longer.
Go into a trance until the morning, or just wake up. I
Moving
guess.
on, your insomnia doesn't matter to us.
All don't matter to me. Okay. Murder and Boot are gonna be absolutely no help to me.
We
Lord
all need
Sutherland.
to. We all need to. Maybe you go back to your room and look more at the scroll.
Yeah, can I go back and like when I do a trance, it's kind of like a dreamlike state, right?
Right.
Like, can I trance about everything that I
So basically, the way trances work is sometimes you can like get some information from it, but usually it just fades away just like a real dream. So as you go back into a trance, having just tranced, you get like an erratic mix of both things that are happening right now and like glimpses of like possible futures, and all you see is yourself, a skull, a cow, and a rat.
Oh, well, okay. Yeah, I'm gonna trance until everyone else wakes up because I'm tired of carrying this whole team.
Okay.
All right,
Yeah.
so
I'm losing some-
Lord Sugwin, your exhaustion is gone and you are fully revived. Velfaris, you are now able to recover. With a short rest, you will no longer be exhausted, but for now you wake up and you're still tired. You're like, oh man, I need another nap. Bufo and Murder,
Before we go to the.
you guys both kind of wakey yourselves and each other up like with your snoring. Like you get that like one that catches and it's like and then all of a sudden you like jerk yourselves awake and you're just like up and ready to go like the warriors that you are instantly.
Hell yeah, move. Morning, bud.
Morning, buddy. Could you use some breakfast?
Oh yeah, let's see if we got any legs of lamb for us.
All right. Well, I was thinking maybe some bacon.
pounding legs of them all night, dude.
Let's head downstairs.
Getting breakfast too. I have to go to the
Yes.
Yeah.
Belfaris and Rhiannon also go downstairs. Right.
Okay. Sugwin like slithers out like a new tadpole out of the water bath and comes outside.
Oh, look it up. The breakfast table.
Nice. We're downstairs.
What do y'all want? I'm just getting the fires going.
Aw. Cute.
Don't attack her.
Sugwin like thinks about
I
charisma,
didn't
but
attack her.
doesn't.
I didn't attack the cook.
Murder asks for breakfast. She's got a chance. Hopefully, Laura launches some meat.
Murder. How about a couple grogs or a couple meads this AM?
And let's see if he's got any meats on tap that we can get started in the day with.
Sugwin's intelligent. He's like, oh, we had 3 last night, and that kind of messed me up. So maybe keep it under 3 for our rat mission.
We're gonna
Okay.
stick with 3.
Exactly 3.
Exactly 3 meats.
All right.
No, we'll do 2. We'll 2 meats to start.
Two meads.
Miri,
And the biggest heap of bacon.
Miri, get our guests some mead.
Oh, Mary.
All right, and then we'll take a couple dozen eggs.
Oh yeah. Each.
While Mary is setting down the mead, Velfaris asks her what she knows about the rats.
All I know is that they've been a big problem for a long time, and Lord Sheriff has only recently, started to do something about it.
Velfaris. Velfaris asks the servant how long she's known Lord Sheriff.
I've been here since I was 12, and I reckon I'm about 23, so 9 years.
Velfaris asks the servant if the Lord Sheriff used to look younger when she was 12, or if he's I just want to know if he's aging.
He's Asian.
If he's
Age. Does it seem like he's aging?
Oh,
Does he seem like he's aging?
he's
So,
from the Orient.
No.
does he seem like ask if she thinks he's aging?
Jesus Christ, that's it.
I don't know. He's always been a old man, older man. So I can't really tell rightly. Sorry, ma'am.
He's not aging. He's
Oh.
not aging.
All right, Ruinon, I know you were sleeping as deep as the rest of us last night. You want any food?
Yes, please.
Okay. Bacon good?
No, I don't eat meat.
This woman doesn't eat meat. Ugh.
May I have some fruits?
You can have all the fruit I threw away at the table last night.
I don't want that fruit. I
We
want fresh fruit.
need to find time to talk about the scrolls while none of the servants and cooks are with us.
I want to do less talking and more passion.
Ask to see if you can discuss the scrolls more.
Well, before the servants come back, Ruinon, you want anything?
Oh,
they're
No, they're back. They're
Never
back.
mind.
They're bringing out bowls of fresh fruit and other various like breakfast things that were already pre-prepared. Muffins and stuff like that from the day before.
But no meat yet, boys. All right. Now quickly try to tell us.
While servants are gone, can I tell my companions everything that I've discovered in the last night?
Yes.
Sugwin asks, so who wrote the scroll that you pilfered out of the hand of the Lord, equally Lord, like I am Lord Sheriff?
I actually don't know. I want to check that
It's-
scroll that I took.
it's
but I never
marked-
read it.
It's marked W.
Ooh,
Ooh.
okay. Well, that could be
W for Bat King.
Oh, shit.
Whack.
I was thinking George W. Bush, dude.
W.
okay. Well, Sugwin is kind of on board with the bashing that strategy.
Oh my god, you guys! Let's see if we can look inside of the metal gleaming scroll container and see if there's anything
Oh,
of
yeah.
substance in
Wow.
there.
Totally forgot about that.
Arr.
Tell him that you're also showing us your scroll.
I was gonna say, I asked Ferris to please open the scroll container so you can see what's in it.
Heck yeah! Ferris takes the scroll and rolls. I don't know how to do this.
It's a puzzle
And rolls
box.
for-
It's a puzzle box type lock. You will need to use your thieves tools to open it. Click on your token and you will see a button that says thieves tools.
Heck yeah! But still at a disadvantage, right?
Yeah.
You're rested now.
No, you have to double rest. That's how tired I was.
Oh, you idiot.
It's
How
not
long-
your fault.
how
You
long
were
does
the
it-
one over.
It's because you rolled a natural 1, dude.
Using my thieves tools and doing
Wow.
What's
pretty-
the short rest take?
Yeah. So you
Doing pretty good.
Yeah, you begin to manipulate the fine mechanisms in the puzzle lock of the scroll case, and slowly but surely you work it open and click one of the jewels finally at the end until the top pops off. Inside, you see a scroll of soft lambskin.
Okay.
I pull open the scroll and put it on the table between myself and Ruanan, but far enough away from Bufo and Mir that they can't get stuff all over it. And we both get it together to see what it says.
They're just spitting giblets.
On-
Murder works up. My name's not Mitter. My name is Murder. And he knocks a drink over in that general direction.
That's
Oh.
what? How do you do that?
No, murder! I'm dumb. Y'all were rude to me.
Oh, you knocked the drink on it?
Okay, but I specifically put the scroll
No,
far
you're
enough away from
fine.
you.
You're far enough away, but it was close. All right.
Ben, stop dropping the
Oh man, that would have been great to drop your drink on that. But okay, so as you unroll it, you can see that this is written in an ancient dialect that none of you happens to know right now, but it is sealed. It is sealed at the bottom with the official royal stamp of the old empire of Caldonia, which everybody knows. It's like the Roman imperial eagle, like everybody knows that symbol. And so whatever this was, it was signed by one of the emperors from the last great empire before this dark ages that you guys find yourselves currently living in. And so this could be something very ancient and very important.
Velfair asks Ruanan to show her the ring that she found last night.
Yeah, Ruanan pulls the signet and wonders if it matches the seal.
It does not.
Investigate.
It does not match the seal. It is some kind of royal family type of signet ring. You would have to roll knowledge history to see if you can remember, which royal family this belongs to.
I actually think I do have no idea.
Wait,
Anybody
Lord
have knowledge
Summer.
history?
can you look at my other tab and tell me?
I don't know. That well.
You can ask me, I guess. I have like 12 history passive, whatever that means.
I still want to know Lord Sugwin's
Yeah, look
token.
into it. You have good intellect. That's an intellect thing.
Sugwin like he's kind of in his own head world, but then he glances over. He goes, maybe I remember what that might be, and wants to do a history check.
Roll it, baby. You're not even at a disadvantage anymore because you've been asleep.
All right, so as you look down at the scroll, or at the signet ring, I'm sorry. As you look down at the signet ring, you're like, yes, right here. You see, these markings on the side indicate that this ring was from the third age, back when the kings were still squabbling before the empire. This is very, very old indeed. Though I cannot tell you the name of this house, I can tell you its name has probably not been spoken for 500 or more years.
This guy, he's obviously obsessed with old stuff. I don't know if he is an old
I think
person
he is an
himself,
old person.
or what his
I
deal
don't
is.
think
But
he ages. All right, let's go figure out what's going on with the rats.
Yeah, let's go back around.
Let's
Let's
go.
go.
Bill.
Let's go find the rats. We don't have that much longer of the game today.
Yes.
Right group heads out to go find the sewers.
Oh, did we ever ask anybody? Wait, we have a map, of the sewer, not to the sewer.
Yes, you guys know
before-
exactly where the sewers are.
Sweet.
And before we head out, Murdir nicely asks the servants
for jerk meat and supplies to go, so that they may have food while in sewers.
Yeah, they give you, you know, plenty of scrap stuff to take with you that they don't need, and it's about 3 rations worth.
Suck it.
Alright.
Perfect. He'd give him a warm hug and heads out.
No tossing this.
Yeah. He inadvertently breaks one of their arms, and then he leaves.
Oh my god.
Bye.
Actually, yeah. Roll an unskilled strength check to see if you can control your strength enough to avoid like hurting them.
Roll a Levy Pepper sign.
I like it, I like it.
Mouse George.
This is awesome.
Oh, jeez.
I feel like a lot of this game is just being like, wait, you can roll for that, and we're gonna see what
It's
fucks
good.
you up.
D&D's amazing. You do whatever you want.
Yeah.
It's awesome.
All right, so just an unskilled strength check. I hope you roll a 3. Come on, baby. Let's see. Oh!
You manage to control your strength, but in a burst of uncharacteristic emotion, at least this early in the morning, you pick her right up off the ground and lift her into the air and set her back down, and she's kind of like, whoo, and she leans down and kisses your big rosy dwarven cheek.
Ooh,
Cute.
little sweetheart.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be all bashful. I'm gonna head out.
Aw, that's so cute.
Oh, wait, I would like to ask her name first before I go. I think she's cute.
Her name's Molly.
It,
Molly? That's still Molly though.
it's Miri.
These are all.
Miri.
Mary, thank you for everything. We'll be back, and then I'll leave.
Tell Molly I'll be back too.
Out of knock.
That kid I tried
Alright.
in the pantry. Woo!
To the sewer. Oh yeah.
Yeah, it's time.
Amazing answer.
Yeah, make sure you just.
I didn't start.
Okay, that's rude.
Let's just wait. Let's wait.
And,
We're going to Rat Adventure.
We gotta kill
I just
someone.
want to drink.
We need your what?
Steven, you wrap up Frost Dad. Turn up.
We're just grabbing some drinks really quick.
We can still hear. We're like
Me.
I can imagine like just one of these stories taking days and days to finish.
If you watch Critical, the campaign take like 30 hours. Yeah.
Remember when I murdered that guy?
I remember.
Yeah, dude.
It's pretty cute.
I said no. I said
Hey Ben, can you give me your cell service?
Just like his namesake. He's got a shelf of liquor in his hand.
Just straight pull out.
yeah.
I've done that before though. In the fridge.
Charity or
There you
Give
go.
him one.
Oh man.
I already drank the cherry.
Maybe?
It's not bad.
Not bad.
Excuse me, colored.
Oh,
Okay, I think all 5 of us adventurers are back.
nothing like a little blood in the morning.
Excellent. All right, so as you guys head out, you eventually make it to where the sewer entrance is most accessible, where it's above the water line and you can walk down into a dry sewer. As you walk down, you can see that this is ancient stone construction that was built during the Third Age 500 plus years ago, before the fall of the last empire. And you guys are looking at crumbling stonework, leaking foundations, and in the distance, all around you, you can hear the squeaking of rats.
All right.
I love it.
Sugwin is also like super turned off by this because of his high weight.
I think Boo feels excitement for bloodlust, and I'm pretty sure Murder just feels a gurgle in his stomach and realizes he's still hungry.
Like 4 lamb shanks in. It's hungry.
Velfaris reminds both of them the rats are giving people a plague.
Yeah. Okay. Sugwin can't see a thing and also ask if anyone else can see anything.
No, we can't see anything on the screen, just black.
No, but
Oh, you guys can't see?
dark
Oh,
in the
hold
sewers.
hold on. Yeah, but you guys have dark vision. I don't know what's going on.
Some of us do, yeah.
I think all of our screens show nothing, not just Sugwin's.
We need Sugwin to freaking torture something else.
I think
I'll light
I
it then.
forgot when I was drunk or whatever.
There we go.
Yay! Okay.
It's the new dynamic lighting settings. They must have just kicked in since my last session. I have to make sure that everything's good to go. But yeah, no problem. We're rocking now. Full steam ahead.
Yeah, the fuck war was cool.
I'm gonna draw my great sword. You wanna come with me?
Oh yeah.
I think we should all
What
go
kind of weapon do you
together.
have?
And I have a two-handed axe.
You have a two-handed
Do we consult our map and then
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
then ask those who can actually read to point us in the right direction?
Yes, but we will be the vanguard.
Yeah.
All right.
Ruin on. What direction shall we take?
Can I pull out a map and
Yeah.
idea of where we go first?
Yeah, so basically, you guys are looking at the map and kind of, figuring out where you're at, and you know that the clog is deeper to the east, so you kind of need to go down and to the right.
Cool. Can I also cast Produce Flame so that Sugwin isn't useless and blind?
Get a torch.
Let's get to it. Yeah.
Oh, he's got a torch?
Do I?
Never mind.
Yeah,
Oh,
that's what
yeah,
it's
yeah.
you. So we're
Oh,
going down
perfect.
and to the right.
Thank you.
Oh,
I'm here. Come with me, buddy.
yeah. It's,
Down to the right, depending on which way you're looking. Oh, I see. Cool. We all go down and to the right. Velfaris also goes down and to the right. We're going
And
to the right.
as
What's
you
that?
round the
Oh.
corner,
Oh.
you see a swarm of nasty rats.
Oh, hell, Bill.
and we're gonna engage those babies.
Yeah. All right. We're gonna draw your great axe.
Murdier pulls out his.
Oh, initiative, dude. Initiative.
Swarm of
Oh
rats.
shit! We go for initiative. Can you roll for me?
What's that mean?
Look at my guy and hit roll initiative.
Figure out who gets the first turn.
Oh.
Oh, I get.
Oh.
All right.
I think Bufo goes first.
Yeah. How does this work? Y'all roll or is it?
Oh, we're all rolling.
Yep. Everybody
Oh,
is
oh, yeah.
everybody is here. Everybody rolls.
Take a look and see what would work well.
I still cannot see. Is there a way to roll from?
Click,
Oh,
yeah, just click and roll for her.
Yeah. We'll also roll for me then.
You can't see?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I can't.
There's computer.
That
Rudon.
I'll roll for you, Ruin.
Thank you.
7.
Will you roll for me as well?
Oh yeah. The Ferris,
The fifth.
who rolled a 10.
Okay, cool. Right in the middle. All right, go first, Boo.
All right. Buffo's gonna walk up and spot these rats. And based on his past
Oh,
experience, he's
hold
gonna
on.
look back and say,
Hold on 1 second.
okay.
There we go. All right, go ahead.
Oh,
We
okay.
have a timer, yeah.
Buffo's gonna put his hand out and say, I've seen packs just like this before. Let me handle this. He's gonna grab his hand and put them together and look down. And he's going to cast Burning Hands straight towards these rats, right in front of him. A cone of fire shoots out.
Oh wow.
Whoa!
You might want to get just a little bit closer
that's-
first.
Oh crap! And before he did that, he stepped 2 inches closer. All right.
Dang!
He would know that. He would know that. From his years of exterminating rats.
Just whiffs it.
All right,
The first
and
time was short.
yeah, and so the rats try to make their saving throw.
Saving rats.
Oh.
19.
And they are some quick little rats.
Dude.
Dang.
So
That's a
they
lot.
they take half of the damage.
Okay.
Wow.
Damn. God.
Who's next up, rats?
Oh, it's gonna be Lord Sugwin Mengates the Third.
If that's true, Dean, I guess correct me on this. I think the character has no equipment, but does have a racial skill. I think it's like cone ice.
You got spells.
Yeah,
Yeah, you have spells and you have your breath weapon. So if you click on your token, you'll see breath
Right.
weapon right next to initiative if you want to use that.
Oh, right. I keep looking at the wrong thing. Breath. Okay, cool. Make it okay. Do unarmed breath weapon or spell. Okay. So you just did your cone of fire. I want to do my cone of ice breath weapon at the same rat swarm, and I am executing that now.
He sails a cone of frost. Oh, nice.
What else do I have to do, if anything?
Nope, that's it.
Oh,
So now they have to roll a con save.
ooh,
Ooh.
What's that?
Constitution.
Save.
Who rolls that?
The
Rats.
the rats. Oh, is that disadvantage or advantage?
No,
Yes,
it's
the
just the first roll. Yep. So unfortunately, they take half damage.
Rats.
Those are some thick
Well,
rats.
they're
What's the
rats.
Constitution?
Go back.
Belfast, it's time.
All right, it's me.
Yeah. What do you want to
Okay, so Velfaris uses her. Hold on, let me look at it. Know what it is. I know what it's called. Infernal Legacy to cast a hellish rebuke spell. Is that thing?
Thaumaturgy.
Yeah, thaumaturgy cantrip. That's what it is.
What is what you're saying right now?
Yeah.
I think I'm gonna try cantrip.
Casting spell.
Right. I don't know where that. I don't know how to do it.
Let me see.
Hold on. I gotta throw that in. I gotta throw that into your spell book quick. I forgot about that.
Okay.
Okay.
You don't have your spells right now.
She'd get one.
Everything else is for like one-on-one attacks. No, I'm not gonna do well on there.
I'm use my next turn to see like if they look like unhealthy or healthy, not like how many HP they might have left.
No, don't wait.
We're in the bar. In the health bar.
Dude,
Yeah.
we're not smart about rats, guys.
Oh, they do that health bar.
Yo,
One of those RPGs,
Guys,
like,
just
don't know how
put me in and I'll start bang banging.
Dude,
Sure,
you
that's
roll
what
higher
roll
initiative,
better.
man. Your just sucks.
You're trying your hardest not.
I
All
want
right.
you to do some sort of flirt
Just
right there.
just click on cast spell now for thaumaturgy.
Ooh.
Oh, Lawrence, I think.
Lawrence got it. Okay.
Yeah.
I can do it, Lauren.
I already did.
What I get.
So what are you causing to happen?
It says your voice puts it 3 times as loud.
Right, my voice booms to 3 times as normal. You cause flames to flicker, brighten, dim, or change color. You can cause harmless to you create an instantaneous sound that originates.
Cause a window opener fly.
Instantly cause an unlocked door at window. Jeez.
This is so useless.
I think I'm just going to.
You've already cast it.
Oh, okay, well, I don't know then.
You gotta choose
Well,
one.
you gotta choose one.
I gotta choose one of these. Right. Okay,
Yeah.
Steven.
Make your eyes change colors, dude.
I really don't. None of these are really gonna help.
Well, you cast spells.
Just like, yeah,
Cast
yeah.
this thing.
I didn't know what it was, so I
Just do first, I would say.
cause harmless tremors,
Scare
or
them
if
apart.
there's,
Less.
What? There's no lights to flicker, Ben.
no lights to
Just make
flicker.
your eyes change colors, freak them out or something.
Wait, okay,
That
what?
is
That is
scary.
a rat.
Yes, so I'm gonna create the sound of thunder.
That's good.
I'm gonna create the sound. No, wait. What are rats afraid of? I'm gonna create the sound of a giant herd of very hungry cats running towards the swarm of rats from behind them to try to scare them past us so we can continue on our way.
You're just gonna swim right into us.
They're gonna run past us.
All right, so you create a very loud hissing and screeching sound behind the rats.
Okay, let's see.
I hope
Okay.
they just move too.
Correct.
And they seem to be unsure of what's coming behind them and start to turn around to see what is coming up behind them.
Their backs are to us.
Murder.
No,
Bam.
No, it's
No,
ruin on
It's
time.
my turn.
Oh no.
God, you guys are all used soda bam bam. He's got half already.
Right. So I'm a bit away from the rats. What I'm gonna do is now I'm gonna cast Reduce Flame and throw it at them.
Ooh.
And as you do, a small ball of flame appears in your hand before you throw it right into the swarm of rats, where it explodes for 3 damage, and they take all 3 damage because it's basically an AoE.
Sweet.
Nice.
They can't avoid it, baby.
All right.
So
I got these rats down.
All right, for the swarm of rats with their initiative,
Yeah.
Yeah, the rat's turn too.
Swarm turn.
can we put fucking Murdier out front?
You can't move, dude. It's not your turn.
Yeah, you got to move on your turn.
All right, well then mine.
The swarm of rats.
But
It's the swarm turn.
as they turn around looking for the sound, they're unsure of what's going on, and so they kind of just disperse more or less, and so now there's only half as many.
Sweet.
Wow, who did that? That was me. Suckers, you thought my swarm of cats noises was stupid.
Just to be clear, it was. But yeah.
Murder.
All right,
Get up there,
Murder.
big boy.
All right. So one thing I'm realizing is I don't think I have any spells at here, which may be intentional
You can run up.
as
You
barbarian.
have 2 weapons. though.
Yeah, get up there.
Well, I just want to make sure that's correct. And then if that's true, then I want to take a big old slash at them with my great axe.
All right,
I gotta
yeah.
attack. I gotta be close to them.
So basically, you carry two axes with you. The first is the battle axe. That's light work, and the second one is the great axe. That's heavy work.
When a bunch of rats seem like light work. So maybe I'll do the battle axe. I guess is there any disadvantage using the great axe though, or is it just slow?
No,
Or what's the deal?
no, there's no disadvantage. You should use the great axe. I'm just saying, like, that's what you call your axes is light work and heavy work.
Oh, yeah, I love that. I'm gonna pull that old heavy work. We're gonna give it a old slash and let's see what happens.
You don't hit that, dude?
Oh yeah, dude.
Alright, hitting the great axe. Attack. Normal. We got it.
Yeah, dude.
Boom! You slam your axe into the swarm of rats, lopping 3 of them in half.
Oh, yes, dude! Wait, how many? 3 bronze?
Just bronze. Put them in your mouth.
Oh, there you go.
Wait, they're not dead yet.
Make all that bronze.
Wait, they're still alive.
We'll figure out how many rats we get at the end of this. Yeah.
Okay.
I think, guys, that the amount of rats is not gonna be matter.
Well, half of them
Gone,
left.
Buffo.
Alright.
This is your.
Alright, Bufo sees that there's a couple of rats staggering to live. And he steps forward along his pal, Murdier. Sheaths the great sword he just acquired from the knight. And takes a quick slash at the rat.
And as you do, your blade comes down, cutting the last of the rats' lives off forever.
Nice.
Kill them rats.
In this party of 5, defeats a couple rats.
You're the
these are not
greatest
any
heroes
rat.
who ever lived.
Hey.
All right, how many rat heads can we get?
The rat swarm starts with essentially 24 rats, but a bunch of them kind of split off. So you guys can get 2d6 worth of rat heads.
Hang me back up to Christmas.
2d6, dude.
Hell yeah.
You guys get 5 rat
Go
heads.
ahead, dude.
Heck yeah.
Yes.
Who's carrying them?
Awesome, Mile.
Yeah, Murder's got him.
He's gonna eat him, dude.
He's got that whole animal patch with his.
It's on you. Let me get hungry. You're gonna have to eat the rats. Brought next.
So stuffing the rat heads into your pack, you continue down the path, and you see that here in the central track, where it's about 3 feet lower than the side areas up here, it is starting to get wet with stagnant, stinky muck water.
Oh no, I'm gonna get sick.
We should.
Runon wants to walk up on the high track.
You go for swims.
I don't think
Someone
he
leaves. Someone goes up. Yeah.
Wait, what? No, Murray wants to go up on the sides as well, but because of the shit comments, he's gonna run down the bottom side, and everyone else can run the top side.
Right.
Maybe his boy Boo comes bottom with.
Fine, that's fine. Son doesn't. Yeah, he wants to
Okay,
wait for
so
him.
the smart people are running on the side and the dumb people are in the middle, and we all run down the hall.
No, what? We're on the. I'm talking about the
Let's get on
bottom part
bottom.
of the side.
Oh, the
Boo,
bottom.
where do you want
part.
to go, Boo?
Yeah.
Isn't that,
There we go.
Asked you.
Yeah, get
What
wrecked.
do you want, Boo?
Hope the rats kill your fragile
Get me
asses.
close to the rats I care
All
about.
right, all right.
God, I hope you guys get attacked and he dies.
Because
Because I'm on the other side, and I didn't want to help you guys.
Wait, who's gonna loot Lord Sugwin if he dies?
You know who's gonna win.
Carrying nothing but golden spells.
Exactly what I want.
I'm gonna take all of his gold. I'm gonna finally find out what dragon tastes like.
Dude, not about eat you first.
Dude, I'm gonna.
We're gonna be dead.
The Sub-Zero your ass with like
feel like my like thermology spell could end up coming in handy.
Liturgy or whatever.
God damn it.
Thermometer?
Well, think about it this way. Next time you want to intimidate somebody, just cast that and blow the windows open.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
ghosty. Or I could like if we're trying to get into a place where someone's looking for a little eye hole and like who goes there, I could change my eye color to someone they recognize and they'd be like, oh my god, hey Jim.
Man,
Alien.
That's just super clear. If that comes up, I will.
Do you reckon you on their eye color alone?
Yeah.
That's the only way
It's
I'm
gonna come in handy at some point. That's
Hey,
like-
how's it going? See?
Oh,
Yeah.
Oh, look at that. Ew.
Oh, is that blood?
Oh, it's like we took.
There is a bloodbath ahead. Somebody was torn apart here.
You want to invest?
Just keep going.
I'll investigate it. I'll investigate.
Okay, all right, go
I
back.
think I have some good investigation if I remember. I don't know if that's true.
You better not get soft on me and go and try and help those guys.
Oh, I'm not gonna help
I think
anybody.
we should open a window or we become those people.
What do you mean?
I'm gonna run an investigation check though.
Trash people.
We're becoming the people from South Park.
So, as you take a look at the blood, you can tell that something was basically eaten alive right here on this spot.
Feels like a rat thing.
Ooh, Murderer's interested.
No, are you sure, murder? This isn't we ate that cow.
No, right. I'd like us to keep
We're in a completely different
or
town.
go to the left and figure out what's going on over there. It seems like there's a little bit of thing, little jut out there.
Yeah, it seems like that's where they are all trying to get to. Let's go to the jet out to the
Alright.
left.
Bufo yells at Ruinon. Honey, can you check out that other spot?
Don't talk to me.
You guys aren't together. She doesn't like you.
Boobo's too dumb to understand that.
You take my ponytail.
Okay, I will move up the side and try and see what's going on around this corner.
Oh, what's going on?
All right, so as you look around that corner, you hear more rats squeaking.
Yeah, that's where we need to go. We need to go to the rat.
Like that. Okay, Bufo, can you go down the tunnel for me?
Well, I'm on the other side of the chasm.
Oh,
No.
I'm sorry. I thought you could jump it.
Let's.
You can do it. Yeah,
Should I run?
acrobatics.
Should I roll athletics to jump it?
Yeah, for sure.
All right.
Bufo, don't be manipulated by her.
Well,
It's too late.
she's I've always had a thing for elves. All right, let me just roll some athleticism to see if I can make this.
Trying to find a good looking version of your character.
Is that acrobatics or athletic?
It's athletics to jump. Normally.
Okay.
Acrobatics can be used at times. As you go to jump the gap, it's a little bit larger than you expected it to be. Your foot slips on the ledge and you fall with your butt into the water. You're now sitting shoulder deep in mucky sewage.
Shoulder deep. Oh no.
That's some deep water.
Poop water.
Oh damn.
Well, he's sitting.
Try to make the moves on.
He's on his butt, so that's why it's so deep, you know.
He's so stinky. Alright, get out of that water. Okay.
No. Oh, I faced something like this before. Where do we go next?
You're going into that little side tunnel, and you're going first because we're
Yeah,
somewhere around.
Can I climb up?
Sure.
Probably.
Yeah, you're just
Yeah.
yeah,
It's
just,
only the feet.
yeah, it's wet and sticky. Not in
Yeah,
like,
you're
hot-
just-
Oh, okay. I didn't know if it was like an impassable surface. All right, I'm gonna step in front of Brunon.
I want to help you up just out of kindness, but I have like bad dexterity. Oh, whatever you can get.
Yeah.
Also, like, you don't like smelly people.
All right.
All right, let's go down the
You
tunnel.
want to traverse this tunnel?
What happens?
You just send more deer down.
We're all going down there, man. We're
Yeah.
the rats together.
Oh shit! All right, guys, let's come into this corridor.
What's happening?
Yeah, come in here and let me eat you.
Here, you.
Oh.
Oh, no, 9.
Another swarm of rats.
I'm kind of into just going straight. I'm gonna go.
Murder the 21, dude. Woo!
Sorry, I rolled
Take
for
us
you
back.
accident
You
too.
need to come in with us and rats.
Oh, look at us. Our party's on fire, dude. We're.
Wait, do I have
Oh!
to join you guys? Or can I just go up to the other?
You have to.
You rolled initiative on accident for you.
Oh,
Oh, yeah. I mean, I don't know if you're on the other side of the.
no,
Dude.
no, I'll join you.
Can you though? For already, if initiative's coming up, can you?
He's already full.
You could run.
He can
outside.
do whatever he wants. He doesn't have to like jump over there and try to help you or wade through the beer deep sewage.
There's a
You-
bridge right
You,
there.
so it's your choice. You're the first initiative, so you can choose what to do.
Wait, there's a bridge.
Okay.
Yes,
Oh.
there is.
Oh yeah, I'll go up to the bridge. I'll go around and hang out with him. That's fair.
You want to make an attack on these rats?
Yeah, I'll go up and I'll attack them rats. Yeah, go up over the bridge. I don't want to get covered in shit bufo though. I'm not
Okay.
disgusting. I'm not an animal. Can someone move me up?
Yeah, I got you, man. All right, you.
Wait, as I walk past bufo, I say, "Ha, you smell bad," and I keep walking just to hurt him a little bit.
All right, you want to hit the rats?
Oh yeah, it's attacking.
What
He
weapon
he
you
can't
got?
he
dude.
can't make it
Great.
there and attack because it takes one move to get
All right.
35. Yeah.
You want to just?
Oh, yeah,
Are
I'll
you
just
already-
I'll hang out next to my boy Bufo. That's
you want to sit
fine.
on the
Yeah.
bridge?
No, I'm gonna hang out next to my boy Bufo. We'll be the meat shield. Y'all come behind us.
All right.
Perfect.
Bufo, you.
All right, Bufo, feeling great after his last kill, unsheathes his great sword once again, steps forward, rears back with a two-handed swipe, and swipes the rats. Oh shit! I didn't hit spit.
And as you swing, your attack goes a little awry and just scrapes across the stone, sending sparks flying but killing no rats.
Okay, that's rude. All right.
It's not rude. That you're garbage.
Okay. Let's see.
I can't see the little thing that popped.
All right.
Oh, well.
Rion is
Literally
going
nothing
to
now.
cast
I can't get-
Shalila. I don't know how to say that.
You shillelagh?
Shalila. And then attack with her what's it called? Staff.
Yeah, absolutely.
Ooh, okay, cast that guy. And then I just have one strike. Let me see if I can find it.
Oh, give me 1 second. I'll get that set up for you.
Thank you. Like, how do you say that word, Cost?
Shalala.
Shalala? Okay, cool.
There
I
you
was
go.
pretty close.
Shalala, you're breaking my heart.
Are we talking about a shillelagh?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's clever wood. God damn it, this is exactly what it's got.
Yeah.
Well, in transforms
Into a bigger staff. or something.
into a magical wood.
Oh, okay, perfect.
Plus, she can use her wisdom instead of strength or dex to attack with.
My wisdom's much better.
There you go, all set up.
Do I guess. Oh, I attack with the Shalala line item.
Oh, wait, I forgot to add the magical bonus. Okay, so +1 damage. But yeah, it also is magical.
Okay.
So you strike the rats. You would have dealt 6 damage. Unfortunately, they only take half damage from single target attacks.
Okay. Yes.
You fool.
Lord Sun, you're up.
Okay.
Please do AoE damage.
Hit him with the big old blast, dude.
Last one, dude. What kind of spells you got? Or so
I have fog, cloud, and expeditious retreat.
Oh, God.
Which I don't think we want to retreat. I don't think like a like one of those fogs that's like killing.
You have Ray of Frost under your cantrips. You can use Ray
Oh,
of
I can see
Frost.
that, okay.
Can't.
Let me take a quick look before the timer runs out.
Oh, you get 5 minutes. I've very rarely had anybody legitimately run out of time.
He may be highborn, but he is a bit slow.
Trips, not the one.
Cantrips.
Where's
The cantrip.
The word 2 to the left.
Oh my god.
It looks like
I can't read those in real life.
There you go, Ray.
Ray of Frost.
I'm like looking up on the thing the Ray of Frost do.
I'm gonna imagine it does damage to a creature within range, and it's instantaneous, and does some sort of spell damage.
When Steven takes his pants off.
Can I? I still jerking. Can I use unlimited? How often can I use my breath weapon, and how often can I use spells?
You need to take a short rest to recharge your breath weapon. You can use your cantrip an unlimited number of times.
Oh man. Okay. And I definitely use my cantrip Ray of Frost on this.
If you go up, yeah. No, not that far.
What's that? Rihanna.
There you go. Up a little bit.
Cat spell.
Cast
Oh,
spell.
I'm really like.
Do you want to get closer before you make the cast?
It's got
A
I-
critical hit. Your frigid beam of frost strikes the swarm of rats, dealing 5 damage as several of the rats freeze to death.
Ooh.
Ooh, that's an extra bounty, or their bodies are whole. Perfect.
Bodies are whole.
We need
I
full
go
body.
Ferris, it's all you, dog.
All right. I really don't know. I thought I had weapons, but I don't think I do.
You short sword.
I know that's what I thought, but if I click on my character and go to
Oh, I'm sorry. I got that. 1 second.
okay, cool. Weapons.
You can go chop some rats.
Rat
Yeah.
chopping?
I'm gonna chop some rats.
You're a rat chopper. I like that.
Yeah.
You're like the guy in the infomercial. You're a rat chopper.
Yeah.
You love my
It's time to slice and dice.
It's time to build a buffalo.
I do have one like super AoE spell, but it also damages my friends.
Okay, moving on.
Just, like,
Save that for
I'll leave
later.
the room. Those two can stay, and then you do it.
Heck yeah. Short sword.
Leave me in there. I'm good to go.
Remember, here's got 17
Right.
HP. He's probably
I
good.
got,
Alright.
I got 7 HP. Yeah.
Damage type. Piercing, bitches. Okay, can I attack with my short sword?
Yes, you can, if you move in.
I'm at a disadvantage because I'm still tired.
Nope, your attack is not disadvantage. But it's still the first roll anyway.
Okay.
Oh, cool.
Don't forget to move in.
Should I do it again?
No, what you should do though is roll your sneak attack.
Ooh.
Ooh.
Just on these rats.
Oh yeah. You
Where am I?
I think you're in the.
Right. I'm here. So now I sneak attack.
Ooh.
What happened?
Actually,
Dealing 5 extra
yeah.
damage, 11 total damage, but of course, again, they take half damage from single attacks.
Yeah,
Oh.
that's fair.
However, it is enough damage to reduce the swarm down.
That's twice now I've done that, fools. Twice. Twice. Punch fools.
uh-oh.
Get that tiny swarm over.
Okay,
Uh-oh,
now what are
okay.
they gonna do?
I don't know. Oh, they're going after. They're
Coming
going
on
after.
me, dude. They smell all the lives I've taken.
You smell like dinner.
Oh,
Oh, but
oh, Ben.
they stink out loud too. So they try to bite you, and they just end up like nibbling on your thick skin and calluses. It kind of like is cleansing.
Kind of clean.
Murder, it's on you, buddy. You made it here finally.
Oh,
You
not
like-
even close enough. I'd like to hit him with a big old great axe.
You want me to do it?
Please do.
Alright,
Ben, you got it or me?
I can hit him with great axe.
Ooh, another alternative is an unarmed strike where I just punch the rats.
You gonna punch him?
No, I'll go with great axe this time. No, I'm punching the rats.
That's a breath weapon. What you got up there? Breath weapon.
It's because
No,
he's
that's
a dragon.
me. That's all right.
Oh,
I clicked it
cool.
myself.
Yeah, he's got unfair advantage. I'm just a basher.
Dragon.
Oh, jeez, dude.
You-
Oh, yeah.
Holy shit.
You swing into the swarm of rats, dealing 8 points even after their reduction, leaving 2 rats just staring up at you with wide eyes as you cleave several of them with one swing.
What up, homies?
All right, who's
I can't help but think about that little gnomish male
But you
that I
took
left on
note.
that rooftop.
all right? All right, Bufo, finish them. Finish them.
Alright.
Good punch, dude.
Yeah, I was thinking that.
Bash their heads together.
As I think back to all the
Stupid
rat lives I've taken, I look at these 2 rats and say, "Today is the day you die." I sheath my greatsword, open my large half-orc hands, and hit them with an unarmed strike.
And as you go to do so, the rats are so startled that they run away in fear and disappear into the cracks and are gone.
We lost our bounty.
Hey, bud,
Oh!
I respect
I feel
it.
like you whip the guns out. Like,
No, we keep going straight now that we've defeated rats. We should keep going down that corridor.
Let's just make sure
Okay,
that
that's a-
Bufo grabs whatever rat parts that were
yeah,
left.
is
for
there
us.
like
Bufo
blue
grabs all the
XP?
extra-
Well, a murderer's holding the rat parts, okay?
You get another 10 rat heads.
Heck yeah.
Yeah.
That's a lot. That's
Alright,
something.
go in the pack.
All right, so we go across the bridge
Onwards.
Okay.
and up the thingy.
Let's go across the bridge.
Look at this, Rory.
That's a good dog.
Lord Samhain.
R.I.P. Swarm of Rats, dude. I'll always miss them.
Many armor rats are RIP in this game. Oh, who's up here? Let's find out. Oh,
Can I check the map really quick to double check? the right
Yeah.
That's a good idea.
Yeah, so as you check the map, you see that this section here is fairly complex, but if you keep heading down to the south, you'll hit the next branch. You just don't want to head north.
okay,
Okay.
so let's keep going down.
So you want to eat some rats?
Oh, does this mean we have to cross this?
Maybe it'll be in that bridge. Just
Oh
keep
no, we just
swimming.
got across here.
I'm gonna see if I need some line of sight here.
It's loading. It's loading in. There it goes. There we go. Still on a. What's that? Oh,
Oh, there's a little hallway.
oh, a little. Go down the little hallway.
Oh, the boo. Yo, can we make sure that Boo walks in the back? That smells like shit.
Yeah,
The most strange-
following behind him is not the most pleasant thing.
Change your leg. Come on.
Murderer expresses that there's only one thing that make him lose his appetite, and that's the smell of Bufo right now. And you wouldn't like him when he's hungry. So I'd like Bufo to walk in the back of the group.
Oh,
But he's so beefy. We gotta keep that meat shield up front.
That means murder.
Yeah, Murder, get up here.
That's no fair enough. And you can hold our rear against rear attacks.
Yeah, that's true. I also just want to hurt Ben for being all sneaky and shitty, and I don't want.
Okay, I missed the.
I don't want that plot point to go
Get
away.
over it.
It's important to me that Bufo continues to smell like shit throughout the.
I'm a half orc. I already smelled like shit.
Wait, so I think we go to the left now? No,
To the
we-
right.
Well,
With the
there's no
branch.
right. I don't. Oh, to.
To
Yeah,
the
no,
right.
that's
There,
me.
To the right.
We're going to the right,
I left this time.
and then
This time.
Rayon and John, and
Okay,
can you like
so stay in the back, like you said.
the
Ah!
map again?
God
Can you
damn it.
look at the map again to see if we can go straight,
It's stupid.
or because now I have a three-way stop.
I was gonna say. I'd love
All
to
right,
double
so
check that.
now you double check the map and you roll an intelligence check to try and understand it.
No, not an intelligence check.
Come on, you dumb.
I feel like to the if we were to go to the left, it looks like a big old pool.
What if you ended the map
Yeah,
to our smartest person, Mr. Lord?
Lord Sugwin.
Sugwin makes like snatching motions with his hands. Sort of
Okay.
look at it.
I begrudgingly give Sudwin the map.
Okay, cool.
All right, so now you make an
That
intelligence
went-
check to see if you can decipher it.
Yeah, dude.
Please don't get us.
Don't give the map back, though. Be a stubborn shit.
That's not in character.
Oh, he's gonna fuck this
So,
up.
come on, dude.
What the hell is this right here?
Yes.
All right, so as you're
Oh.
looking at the map,
Alright.
you can tell that you're somewhere past the first area, and you can see the end area that you want to get to, but this part right here in the middle, it's so jumbled that you're not quite sure which way to go.
Lauren, take
Quick!
a look at the map.
Quick,
Take it back.
everybody go separate ways.
Oh no!
Can we do that?
Really? Okay.
I don't want to. Okay.
Do it.
I'm going across this bridge.
Bufo, I think you should go to the left.
All right.
Whoa. As you go to step out there, you Bufo, you see and hear a massive downpouring of water emptying into this basin.
Go for it.
Oh,
That's like
shit.
a whirlpool.
Oh no,
But
It looks like a whirlpool.
is he happening?
is this
Wandering
some sort of
monster
sewer
roll.
system?
Wandering
But-
monster
Okay,
roll.
good. Okay.
But the wandering monster was not there.
Oh.
Thank God.
Okay. Sugwin, as you can see, jumped into the water because he like got scared. So now he's also sticky.
Oh, don't try and be a homie with him, dude. You guys both smell
No,
like
I know
shit.
he legit just got scared and jumped in the
Okay,
water.
so there was. I don't. Is there anything up? Maybe we don't go to the wandering monster hole right now.
I think this bridge is promising.
Okay.
It was too muddled. Maybe what's her face? Rihanna can also do it in time.
Ron, and yeah, as you continue south, you can see that there's more sewers to the south there.
I'd like to go south. My boy Murder is.
So let's go south.
Okay.
Stop going north. Go south.
Okay.
Miss
Don't go
Bruce.
south. After now that Bufo had a brush with death.
Sugwin is ashamed and is on the other side of the river now.
It's like when you smell like hot garbage.
Ooh.
Then you have to make this fight a real monster.
Okay. Well, I didn't.
That would have been awesome, dude.
Yeah, if you want, like in all things, he was a damn.
Yeah, dude.
It's been way long
They
between.
yell.
Yeah,
If you didn't already have two weapons, dude, I was gonna give you my great sword.
dude, don't stress me.
Yeah,
I appreciate
now
that,
you're
but now mine's got way more. It's got the same amount of top end damage as yours, but way more variability, which is exactly what I want, dude. It's a 1d12 and yours a 2d6. Yeah, so it's top end, but you're adding two numbers together, so they're always gonna be at least two.
Yeah.
Mine's gonna be fucking bam bam baby.
That's good.
Either 1 or 12.
Simple stats.
You're either first or last, dude.
What?
You're either first or you're last.
Yeah, you go home or you home in a casket or something.
Yeah.
I don't know, a lot of
Yeah, that's right.
Just getting the next map loaded.
Cool.
Nay.
Oh yeah.
There you go.
I used to see rolling stuff around Twitter all the time.
Right.
Nice.
That was a little piece of bufos.
Does anyone need refill?
I do
Indeed.
not.
The God could be forced with.
Little Unimas.
Yeah, very gay.
I'll rip one with you. Got it now.
Man, just some young adventurers, except for Ronan, who's over 100 years old. That
Oh.
old dried up bitch.
And Lord Sugwin, having been in the sewers now and breathing this fetid air for some time, you need to roll a Constitution check to avoid being distracted by the scent.
Mm,
Okay.
mhm. What class is rolling for you?
Right there, just roll it for please.
Okay. Constitution check, he said?
Save. Sorry, I meant save.
Oh, save?
Yeah, I meant save.
See.
Got it.
All right, you're able to stomach the scent for now.
Ugh. Is he the only one that has problems with sewer?
Well, yeah, because he's kind of pampered.
Oh, true. Okay.
And he fell in the water.
That's gross.
I also, what's his face? Lord Sugwin can't see anything.
No, we do have a torch, I think.
Scroll over to the right, dude.
Oh, okay.
Oh, there,
Okay,
there you go.
never mind.
We're starting in the right place.
Oh, of course I'm in the sewer. God dag nabbit.
You
Aren't
are.
we in the same place that we were before? No.
No, we're continuing.
We're
Alright,
down south.
let's-
Alright,
let's
who's
keep going.
leading this party?
I say we keep
I think
south.
murder has to lead it.
Yeah.
Happily.
Yeah. Let's keep them south. Let's keep them down.
Let the simple boys lead this party.
I'd like to go down to the right, and I'd like to peek around these corners. Yeah, that's give me an option for a Bufo.
Give him a nice little peek.
Yeah, and
Uh-oh.
I want
as
to go near more gushing water.
as you peek around the corner, you see a huge pool of standing water. The water isn't moving here. It's been clogged up somewhere down the way.
Ew. We should go down. You need to go.
Yep, go down to the right. Go check out the old clogger.
Or
Uh-oh,
down.
that was-
Oh, the wandering monster.
We have. Oh,
Okay.
it's pro again. Nice.
We're getting lucky. But also,
Can we go down to the right or just straight?
Lord Simon, can you check the map again?
See if we
Oh, yes.
see where we at.
Yes, Mademoiselle. I'm right on it. 1 second. What is it, intelligence?
Yeah. Intelligence to read your map. What do you guess?
17.
Nice.
As you look at the map, you can tell that this tunnel here leads further into the sewers and appears to be where the clog is coming from as well.
All right.
Let's do it.
We're going into the
Bufo?
water.
I already smell like crap. I'll get in first.
Oh,
Cause I don't see anything to stand on. We're
Before we
going.
get into the water, Murdy here wants to eat food in his pack.
This 3 servings.
I know what I said.
We've only been here for like an hour.
I know what I said.
All right. As you
Yeah,
approach
here.
this intersection, you see a spot right here where there is a large drop off and a basin draining into it, and you can hear the loud screeching of many, many rats coming from down that way.
It's a rat nest.
Like, what do you think? We go
should
that
have
way?
someone sneak ahead to see what it is.
Like, should I just sneak and see if I can see what's there, and then if I roll high, then I can come back without us potentially going?
'Cause I
Yeah.
think I know what this is.
What?
It's a rat's nest.
Yeah.
I think we need to tackle this head on.
You just want to go? You don't check
mean,
it out first?
I think that
What if it's a waste of time?
I mean, if it is full of rats, we're still gonna want to go in, right? If that's
yeah.
what you're-
Either way, we
That's
got
fine.
to take care of
All
this.
right, I'll
Hold
go.
on, hold on.
Valley Forge.
He said this is a big drop off right here.
True, so we'll be able to come back
I
necessarily?
can see there might be a little tunnel up to
Yeah.
the north we could take that might be.
Deer takes the head of a rat and throws it to hear how far down the water is. How down it falls.
No.
I think that's
The-
investigation.
The drop off is where you guys are. This is elevated by about 10 feet.
Okay, so we're standing on the ledge.
So we have to climb up.
rat heads when I trucked it uphill.
Shit.
That's fine.
So we
But that's
Deer.
uphill.
we'll have to climb up it.
Okay.
And not necessarily all of us will make that climb.
Okay. Murder throw one rat head up, then we see what happens.
I think that yes.
I think we should go investigate the
I think okay, so Valfaria goes okay, first I have to
I'll have
roll
one
to
later.
climb up the ledge.
Thanks.
So roll athletics.
Yeah,
What's
or
mine?
acrobatics. You can use acrobatics to like jump up, grab the ledge, and gymnastics. Flip up there.
Yeah.
Do acrobatics
I'm the
and
wrong
then
one.
score on
You got it.
acrobatics.
I didn't understand.
As you go to pommel horse yourself on up there, your hand slips on the slimy muck left behind by the water, and you fall into the water, splashing muck all over yourself.
Gross.
Only unstinky one left, I think.
Right.
No, that was me. I just thought.
Murder.
Thank you, guys.
Okay.
I think we can go around.
Like,
I've been in situations like this before.
Are you just repeating what I said a minute ago?
yes.
Oh,
Great
yeah.
job.
That's okay.
Thanks, guys.
So go
That's
up.
how rat
No,
murder
Let's
works.
climb up this
That little-
ledge.
You're gonna climb up the ledge.
Yep.
Yeah, up
Oh,
there.
sorry. That's the wrong ledge. Let's go on this side.
What?
There is no ledge on that side.
Yeah, we got to go this way.
Yeah, there's a
Oh, okay. Well,
Together, Buzzo.
I think we're just walking in the water.
wait. Hold on. Hold on.
I feel like we already all walked.
Okay,
the
let's
walk,
just
so it
walk
doesn't
right here.
matter.
All right. Oh God.
Oh
What
my
happened?
god!
Oh
Wait, there's it's the Rat King. We're going. Everyone go. The
Wait,
Rat
just-
King.
To be clear, are you saying the Rat King or the Whack King? Are you saying Rat King?
Deceased? What is that? Deceased? Giant rat? Deceased?
Ugh.
Oh shit.
Oh god. We are going up against so many people.
Can we climb up this ledge?
Is that even a ledge?
Yeah,
Oh,
that's
Lord.
just like that 3-foot ledge on the side. You can just get right up there. Yeah.
All right, guys. Let's wander into this corridor and find this.
A large swarm of rats, a
Busy.
diseased rat, something else.
There's
What's
one
the other
giant
thing?
diseased rat, and I don't know.
And a rat
A
hermit.
large.
I'm Bird here. Coming in with me, buddy.
Yeah.
All right, we got to roll initiative, guys. The large swarm already.
Dang it, large swarm.
Oh, murder rolled a 22.
Do you want me to roll for you? Oh, no.
Murder, you're our only hope, my man.
Will you eat that one?
I got it, dude.
Wait,
Don't you worry about that. Also, there's more root beer. It's just bubble up progressively. So
Everyone roll initiative.
Just
it's 3.
waiting on
Oh, Bufo. Bufo.
Bufo. Yeah.
Yeah.
Come on, Bufo. What are you
Yeah.
doing, bud?
Oh, I'm sorry.
I don't care what everyone says about you. You're a fuck up.
Yeah. Wait, what?
Oh, my turn first. Okay, my turn first.
I re-rolled Steven and came a 4 on accident. You had a 22 and I re-rolled you on accident.
Oh no,
Alright,
I got it. I got it.
Paris.
Thank you.
Sweet.
Yeah,
You're a
got it.
asshole.
You can go first.
There we
It's
go.
Belfaris's turn. Oh, Steven's first. All right, go ahead, Steven.
Up front.
Yeah.
All right. So we're facing a diseased giant rat.
And don't
a-
forget, because you
Son-
rolled a natural 20, you get 2 standard actions this turn.
Ooh.
All right, and so we're facing a diseased giant rat, a giant swarm of rats.
Huh.
And what is there 3 or is it just those 2?
Hermit rat.
And then the rat hermit. You see,
That's
okay,
fun.
so let me set the scene here quick. As you guys enter this room, you see through your dark vision a huge swarm of rats spreading out across the floor. Excuse me, squeaking and baring their sharp teeth at you. In the corner, you see a man, or what perhaps was once a man, with ragged, tattered clothes spread out all over his nasty smelling body that even through the stench of the sewer you can smell. At his side, he strokes a, foxhound, German shepherd sized rat that is covered with pustules. He just strokes it
Ew, do you think
and smiles as you enter, and with a grin, he flicks his finger forward, and the swarm of rats surges forward to attack you. However, Murdir and Velfaris get to act first.
Got it.
Awesome.
I love this.
Dude, go for the head of the snake, bro.
That's what I'm thinking.
You just sneak past me, go for the guy. Or do you have a big we attacking you?
So my barbarian doesn't have any spells, right? Strictly attacks.
Correct. But you can rage, which would give you +2 attack and damage.
Oh, then let's hit the old enrage button here.
Sounds like a time you can like your
He's out of food.
rats.
Oh yeah, dude. I just smashed down my last 2 meals, dude. And it's time to start going to berserker stance here. So I'm gonna go enraged, and I'm gonna, if I can do it, I'm gonna go for the head. Attack the head of the rats, guys, or the actual swarm. Well, he's secretly good, and he's just in a bad position to chop him in half.
I think you gotta dispose of the swarm first.
All right.
It's really blocking our.
I think with this, yeah.
All right, then I'm gonna hit that with my great axe for both rolls in a row. Ben, can you get that attack from me?
Do I need to do it? What does enrage do?
+2 attack and damage.
Do I need to enrage you first?
If you
He is raging.
is that from clicking on the icon and then doing? Oh, I'm raging. Cool. Oh yeah, I got like a thing.
All right.
And just hit me and hit attack twice. Yeah.
All right. So as you hack away at the massive swarm of rats coming at you, you manage to deal 19 points of damage. However, of course, they're only going to take half of that.
Ain't too bad though.
We're,
All right.
we're not learning this whole swarm thing.
Well,
No, it's AoE.
I don't have any spells. I have axe. So.
I could use a
Fail.
spell. All right. Varus moves up towards the rat and does a sneak attack with her short sword. So do I press the sneak attack button?
Well, you attack with the short sword first to see if you hit, and then you can roll with the sneak attack.
Cool. So I attack. I'm still at disadvantage. You guys wouldn't let me take a nap for this.
Corey.
Let's see. Okay, I hit him. Right?
Yes, indeed you did. And now roll your sneak attack. So 10 total damage, and they take 5.
But
Heck yeah.
Ooh.
Heck yeah.
the large swarm of rats attack next.
Nice.
Yes, indeed they do. and
All right, man.
they move in and attack Murdir, since he appears to be the least armored and smallest amongst you.
Ooh.
Suck it.
Stupid rats.
Idiots.
Little did you know, this boy is eating more meals than 10 people combined.
As they swarm over
That's
you, biting away, they deal 8 piercing damage to you.
Oh, fuck, Steve.
That's right, dude. That's worth it.
So you're down to 9 HP?
Yeah, dude.
All right, Lord, it's your turn.
That would have killed Lord Sugman, so it's
Lord.
Let's chill.
That would have killed. That would have killed us. Holy crap. Well, go in and use your cantrip or whatever,
Yeah,
dude.
I think that's all I gotta do here.
Yeah, just do some AoE to him or
Yeah.
something.
Just
I moved-
hang behind people, yeah.
Yeah, move forward, but behind whoever this is, and I do my cantrip, the frost cantrip.
Yeah,
Click that.
actually just move right there though, because you don't want to use a ranged attack spell next to a creature.
You need to get in front of me, or else you're gonna hit me in the face.
Gotcha. Okay, we'll do.
Spell.
I think that's fine. You can move the doorway. He
Interface.
stepped up to hurt Murder. Now peeking around the corner.
Now am I around?
Yeah, you
Okay, great.
you're in the right spot now.
How is anyone non-nerd supposed to use this interface?
Dude,
I think it's really
you
good.
are a nerd. Works really
That's
well.
what I'm saying. Like, it's
Your-
so you can- for one-
Your icy blast freezes another couple of rats, but the swarm is still massive.
Alright, we're on. I was gonna say, dude, you're playing D&D, bro. You're probably in nerd.
No, it's not at all what I was.
D&D
implying.
is not for nerds; it's for everyone.
D&D is amazing. It's all.
Runo, let's play.
Lauren, you gotta hurt us all, dude. What's the damage on it?
You would burn me.
Yeah, I would. I heard everyone.
No, fire can't hurt me.
It's not fire.
I'm from hell.
It's thunder wave.
Oh shit. Thunder is just a form of fire. Avatar taught me that.
Or I could just
No, that's
heal.
lightning, dude.
I could heal murder.
You gonna heal him?
No, it's not worth it. Let's kill these rats.
The best, I would say the best defense is a good offense.
Oh, is that what they said?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Also, yeah, he's a little brain, so if we lost him, he also eats a lot. So if he fell over our party, it would be the end of the world. He's my best friend, I think. So, if you want to heal him, you should.
Nah, bro, I get it. You know.
Sorry, I just asked for info on that. Is that what it gave me?
Thunder. What?
I gave you info. Didn't actually.
Laura,
Yeah, I gave you the info. You got to press the cast. But if you're casting that, where are you casting it? Because here, I'll draw you a thing.
I was gonna say, isn't it just like an AoE?
I'll have to like move away from you if you're gonna do that.
Lauren,
But I can't move.
step in between
Why
the
not?
rat
Oh,
swarm
right.
and the
It's
dude
my turn.
and cast
Well,
it.
she's center. If they turn on her, she's fucked.
Yeah.
But
But it could do mad damage to everyone.
it could do mad damage, and then we'll step in to save her, dude.
Not me, dude.
Couldn't do that bad damage.
Well, I'm next on the initiative chart, and I definitely have a crush on her, so I'll save her.
I'm just gonna do a little.
So that green box right there is
No, dude,
what you can target. But as you can see, there's like a wall in the way right where you are. Plus everybody's in your way. But if you were to move to like say right here, then all of a sudden you can target
that.
everybody but the giant rat. So you get the large swarm of rats and the rat hermit.
Okay, let's do that.
Yeah.
That's pretty sick.
Up here.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
A little to the left.
Yep. Just there you go.
Perfect.
Perfect.
Alright.
Let's
And
go
then-
for it.
And then you go ahead and cast it instead of clicking instructions. You just click cast spell. And now they roll their difficulty class 14 con saves Where's the damage? It didn't roll the damage. I will fix that. Hold on.
Again?
Well, just 1 second. I gotta figure out why it didn't roll the damage.
Because there's no
Something's
lights.
going on.
Okay, there we go. So yeah, go ahead and roll it again. And
Yes.
Is that 12?
Oh, dude.
They got 12? Not round.
But they had to extra rolling Constitution save potentially.
all right, so now they gotta both make their Constitution saves or take 12 force damage, and that is AOE. So they ain't getting away with this one.
Nice.
Nice.
That's one fail on them.
Of course I am.
But we have to find out the disease giant rat.
Oh, and the rat hermit just makes his save, but he's still gonna take half of that damage. So
I'll take
Well, we don't know if we want to kill him yet.
But not only is the large swarm of rats reduced by 12 hit points, they are also
Nice.
pushed 10 feet. But since they are pushed 10 feet into a wall, they are additionally battered against the wall for another 1d6 damage. So go ahead and roll 1d6.
Okay.
Roll 1d6, Lauren.
On the left hand side of the dice.
Oh.
There you go.
4.
Nice.
So they took 4 damage. 4 extra damage.
Nice.
Look at that.
Poor rats.
You're welcome.
Heck yeah. Alright, Boofa. Get him.
Alright.
Oh, that rat is looking pretty small now.
Yeah, it is.
Let me just think about this. What do you save in terms of spells, like the cooldown on them?
Well, so you're a warlock. You can cast 2 of your first level spells before you need to take a short rest, and you can cast Eldritch Blast an infinite amount of times.
Okay. So I casted Charm first yesterday, and I took a rest. And now,
So right.
okay, so I
You had-
cast Owen.
Yep.
Oh, pretty good.
Yeah, so I'm gonna look at these rats and I'm gonna cast Burning Hands once more. I'm gonna reach together and blast a cone of fire towards them.
Ooh.
Where'd she go? She's not here. Where did she get her hair? Let me see.
So again, if you just move just a little bit, you can get both the swarm of rats and the rat hermit.
Oh yeah. Sweet. Oh, it's been right. Good right there. Sweet.
I don't like the way she styled it. It's like the back goes
Kind of Aaron vibes.
I do question this rat hermit. I say while you're doing your
I
thing.
don't like that.
Mm.
She needs to decide.
Well, I blasted him with some fire.
Well, he's a little sick, but he can still talk.
Let's get rid of these rats first. They're bounty.
The rat hermit makes his save and takes half of the fire damage, but the rat swarm takes all 9 of the fire damage.
Sweet.
Start effing up the disease rat. It's gonna f us up, you know.
Oh, that swarm is tiny.
Getting there, baby. It's getting teensy. Right, Murder, I think you're coming up here.
Uh-oh.
I hope what you're gonna do.
The rat hermit looks around and lets out a screech, calling forth his rat allies.
Oh no.
Damn it.
Just really
This feels like some sort of WoW raid.
Shit.
Shit.
Charlie from Always Sunny. He's a rat.
He's a rat king,
Yeah, he's
dude.
a rat king.
Wet king.
This is great.
Oh, the deceased rat. I'm getting diseased. I'm getting plague.
Dude, we gotta separate if that
Wait a
happens.
minute, you Ben?
You bit me?
With a critical hit, it deals 8 piercing damage, forcing you to make a Constitution save, difficulty class 10, or contract a disease.
Oh, no!
Ben.
Shit.
Make a Constitution save, right?
Big
Let's
rolls.
go!
Luckily, half orcs are ridden with disease already, so it has no effect on you.
You literally coated in it. You've been waiting around it for the last 2 hours. Yeah.
Fish
I've
out
been by so many rats, dude. I'm not gonna play today.
Just to be clear, they still took 8 damage.
Oh,
Oh,
okay.
Ben.
Yeah, you're like rat constitution.
Yeah, he still bit your leg nearly in two, you know.
God.
Yeah,
Oh, God. 2 out
Do
of
we have
10.
to do some healing? Healing?
Lord, please.
Oh, yeah.
Put it on.
Alright. Should I either kill some of the rats and wipe it out? I think Runan can do that, or Lord Sugwing can do that. I'm gonna chop this fucking diseased rat in half. What do you think?
Yeah,
Dude,
you
go
gotta
for
use
it.
a single target, yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna
Get
chop
on,
this diseased rat as fucking hard as I can. You know, him with the big old great sword for me, dude.
Should we like F
Great
up the
axe, great
hermit
axe.
rat since he like can call more rats?
Listen, if we kill the rats,
Slashing, dude.
You take the
That's
giant
fine.
diseased rat's head clean off with one swing of your heavy work.
Not
Yes.
Heavy work, baby.
Heavy work.
bad.
I don't need a scale for the work, dude.
All right,
I
go
can
find
have
clean
work.
up those rat swarms.
Come on.
Oh yeah. Okay, so I'm going to do a weapon strike. It's really all I got for these freaking rats.
And then sneak attack.
I'm more of a sneaker. Yeah, weapon strike, and then based off of that, sneak attack.
All right, and then at that point,
What?
that thing of storm will be dead probably, and Runan, if you're up next.
You don't have
Okay,
disadvantage
somebody
on this. In
attack
fact,
it.
you have advantage because now you're flanking it. So you got the 20 and dealt 4 damage. So now roll your sneak attack.
Alright, how do you do that?
Oh, up at the top.
Click on your guy.
Oh, sneak attack.
Sneak attack.
So you deal 8 total damage. Of course, they take half of that, which happens to be just enough as you swing in with your short sword, cleanly taking the heads off of the last 2 rats.
Nice.
Ladies and gentlemen, we did it.
Now we got
You
a
did.
disease rat
We got
and a
him.
hermit to deal
Okay.
with.
Lord
Okay,
Sugwin,
Daddy,
dude.
don't get cocky.
You want to go talk to this head
I
rat?
was going to say, actually, can I use my action to like just kind of walk back into the room and flash that coin at the rat thing and see if it has any effect on him?
Are you always trying to flag people?
Wait, but there's no rat king. There's just the hermit
A
rat,
rat
and
hermit.
the disease rat.
What I meant
No,
the rat.
disease rat.
I just want to show the rat with
Disease
that
rat's
coin.
dead?
That's,
Above his head.
Oh, so okay, hermit
In
rat.
one fell swoop.
You
if he
can.
does nothing, then
Yeah,
attacks.
Rat.
Yeah, he doesn't react to the coin.
Whatever.
Freaking coin is just
Yeah,
a
just
what's
a
it
question,
called?
you know.
What's that thing called?
Okay, then I
Red herring.
No, it's
Oh,
it's
man.
it's not a red herring. It's plot fodder if you were to decide to play further into the story. This is just seeding stuff down the line in case you do more than just this.
Oh yeah, because you random coin.
Sure.
That's cool.
Yeah, but but like trying it in other places.
And we're
like,
to the sewers.
it's like part of it. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah,
sweet.
that's
All right, let's just fuck this guy up.
yeah. Let's rip a new butthole.
All right. I cast. Hold on a second. Where's my thing?
You gotta get into the room, buddy.
Okay, then walk into the room,
Hiding in the back, some little.
and I. One moment. What am I trying to look? No, it's true. I was gonna say I cast. No, I don't. I cast Ray of Frost at. Who else is left? What enemies are left?
Just
Right.
the rat hermit.
Frost. I cast Ray of Frost at him, and let me do that.
You strike him,
Ooh, nice.
dealing 8 cold damage, and he shivers uncontrollably. He is used to living down here in these somewhat humid sewers, and the cold hits him like jagged knives.
Nice.
All right.
We try to talk to him, but is he a humanoid? Can he talk?
He seemed pretty like on his heels. So
He's a rat if I've ever seen him. Let's go and take him out.
All right, I'm gonna run up next to Bufo and cast Cure Wounds.
Oh.
Actually, do that.
Nine hit points are restored, so you're back up to your full 10.
Lauren! I mean,
Very nice.
Ron.
Very nice.
Rhiannon mutters in a druidic tongue, something primal, back to the roots of nature, and as the chanting comes to a crescendo, you can almost see tiny little wisps of magic close the wounds around your as your leg is restored.
Nice.
Like,
Okay.
oh,
Better make that worth my effort.
Murdy takes a small moment. Was it me?
Bufo's turn.
Who?
Ben.
It's Boo's
Scroll
turn.
Oh.
scroll up.
on the turn order.
I'm all the way up.
I'm all the
There we
way
go, that's
up.
what I was looking
Is
for.
this one backwards? It's interface.
No.
All right.
It's turn order. It shows you
It's
next.
just a static. Okay.
It
No,
does.
it's
no.
static.
So,
Oh,
It's
goddammit.
up is to the top. It's up is to the bottom. Chat window.
admiring my leg and seeing that my heel or my wound is
Yeah,
healed,
because it's like
I reach back
to the
top.
backlog and then
and
this
look
one
at the
says
rat.
history.
and think of all the rats I've
Then my
killed in
brain
my
is different
lifetime.
because I can look up the
And I say, time to
But
slice
I
the
get
dice.
it. I get that.
And I cast my Eldritch Blast.
Your
Dice.
purple eyes light up, and your energy strikes out at the rat hermit, but like it just hits him like Superman, and he just smiles at you.
You did 1 damage.
Damn it!
Soy boy.
Yeah.
Uh-oh.
Wait, it's my turn, and I'm gonna take the whole turn, literally my whole turn, to stop and make fun of you for how weak that was.
Hold on. Let,
I'm going to sacrifice my turn.
let the rat do his deeds.
All right, so now he checks to see if Call of the Swarm recharges yet. It has not recharged yet, so he can't do that. So instead,
Yeah.
he launches himself at Bufo and claws at his face.
Like a
For
rat.
you.
Greatest enemy, dude.
Rats!
Scratching your face for
I
6
think you might.
damage.
Oh no. We need more.
Ah!
Yeah, move and go.
Hey, we gotta kill this guy before he
Murder,
gets
please
a
kill
whole
that
other
He
one.
kills
of rats.
me. He's gonna murder me.
Someone
Well,
get
but
it.
I'm seeing another swarm of rat.
No,
Could
no,
go
no, no.
attack that.
You can call the swarm. You can call swarms of rats.
I know,
But there is one.
But there's already one.
There just is one. Yeah.
But that
We
could,
call that swarm.
yeah, but like, he
Whatever.
Like,
You need to call another.
he could call anything. He could even call rats.
We should kill him before he can
Oh
call
my
rats.
All right, we're
My face, it hurts.
we're falling apart
friend.
again.
Murder is still thinking, and he doesn't like all this pressure from a lot of people who are getting eaten by rats right now.
Okay, everyone shut up. Needs to do his thing.
Nah, come on. Whip the great axe out and bash this guy in the fucking face.
All right.
Bash him good, dude.
All right, can someone roll that?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
I got you.
You have advantage because you're
So
flanking
these
him.
two guys-
You and
Oh,
Valfer are flanking, so you have advantage. Oh, you got to roll it again because you might get a crit.
Yeah, my bad.
Oh, that was a good roll.
Oh, he still hits with the 25 no matter what. Yep, see, there's the crit. So you dealt 17 damage as you critically hit the rat hermit. He is badly wounded and bleeding.
How
You're
did
dead.
how did
Really not.
17 damage?
He
How
was
much
like
fucking
1
damage?
HP if he's
Take
He's
him
a
out,
big
Valfer's.
boy. Valfer's flank his ass.
Oh, okay. Well, let's do what I best, which is take out my short sword and then sneak back him.
All right.
Remember to move around more.
You want to get behind him?
Oh yeah, position is more important than you think. You know?
Yeah. Let's get behind him for the sneak
Sorry,
attack.
Oh, Lexi, just stab him. He's probably
No. You want
Badass,
to
bro.
be
Come
here so that you have advantage. You want to be flanking him so that you have
That's fair.
advantage.
Yeah.
Mm.
You get your sneak attack either way, but you want to
Shit.
roll twice.
Yeah.
So there you go. Now you manage to stab him for 7 piercing damage, but you also apply your sneak attack.
You take the high
There.
rolls.
Cool.
10 total
I think-
damage.
Three.
You
Yeah,
s-
damage.
You stab into
I
him.
have 9 left.
He is bleeding out and dying. He gasps, "Please,
Hell yeah.
please don't kill
Oh
me."
God, he talked. We talked to him.
Yeah.
We can talk to him.
Murder, go for the
No.
kill.
We gotta
Murder,
switch
aim.
turn.
Wait, he's probably only 1 bronze. He might be like 1
No.
silver.
Oh, dude.
Lord, talk to him.
No, I like, yeah, I want to talk to him, but also like use my charisma to like be nice to him, to like be as like,
Be like,
you know,
before you die,
humane and to
tell
him
us
as
why
possible.
down here.
After hitting him with a blast in the face.
Yeah, it's fine, dude. Like,
He's dying,
dude,
he's dying.
I have to. Like, I hold his hand in my hand, and I'm like, why? I'm just like, why this? Why did you do this?
Why are you guys
What's
down
going?
here?
What's going on?
Yeah. You gotta roll
You're a
for
goddamn
it.
giant
I can
dude.
roll if you want.
As-
Like,
Just like,
As he
You
is
gotta
lying,
roll persuasion?
no, as he is lying there dying, he says to you, I never wanted this. I was driven down here. They made me live like an animal until the animals were my only friends. One day, I found that they could understand me, and that's when I began to take everything back for myself. After years of being tortured, I vowed to have my vengeance on them.
who was your tormentor?
This to you.
All of you so-called normal people, you hated me for my looks. You hated me because you say I am a monster, but I am a man like any of you.
He's like penguin.
Tell him to
Batman.
prove. Tell him to prove humanity by killing off the swarm of rats.
No,
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
That's
I
like-
know. I can stop this rat swarm.
No,
I want
no,
more
I-
information.
If
than
you
the
say
rat
that in
swarm.
character, that like works. I mean, If you can get your bats to stop attacking us, Lord Sugwin says we'll try to heal you.
Oh yeah, all of the rats just like stand at attention and wait for their next command, like they're not attacking you.
Lord, try to heal him. Lord, try to heal Rat.
I don't want to heal him. He's been annoying. Just like kill him. Just get more information.
Okay.
Lord.
How do we
Sugwin.
help work the poop?
Sugwin does nothing and passes his turn. He doesn't make a decision on killing him or not killing him.
Yeah, we're not in turn order right now, so like this is where the epilogue kicks in, and you guys kind of decide, where this story could go, ultimately. So like this is your ending to tie a bow on. Like what exactly are you going to do now that you have the rat hermit at your mercy? He's begging for his life, telling you how he was quasimodoed into the sewers and, treated like an animal. And, eventually he was able to talk to the rats, but, then he started getting mad with power, so.
I've killed many rats, thousands of rats in my life, and none of them have spoken to me this way. I think.
Whoa, we need to take a bufo.
I think this rat needs to live.
Dude, if you strike him with your sword, I'll like whip out my thing and like block it like in Star Wars.
Ruin on.
What?
Save this rat's life.
Keep him out.
He's not a dude. He's not a rat. He's a rat hermit. He's a
Hermit.
I'm a man! I am a man! I'm not an animal!
Ruin on. Save this man's
Alright,
life.
you gotta save him. You gotta save him.
For what?
Wait, Tavares uses persuasion to persuade Ruminoid.
Ruminoid.
No arthritis, yeah.
Fight
I'm feeling a little better.
Yeah, I would.
Oh, he's healing. He's healing naturally.
We want to be friends with him. We want to save him so that we can.
Right.
I'm trying. Someone roll.
I'm gonna cast charming person on Ruin on.
Yeah.
What? Okay.
I'm gonna
We don't
charm
have
him.
to end the fight. Yo, he's healing. He's feeling better.
We want him to think that we saved him.
I agree.
What? Yo, new solution. I'm on your side. I'll agree to fucking carry his ass in
He keeps
sewers.
doing it. He keeps helping himself. Hurry, we gotta save him ourselves.
Well,
If we have one healer and she's not willing to save him, so should we charm her to have her save
I
him?
love the inter-party.
Yeah, charm her. Charm her. Charm her.
Okay, I'm gonna cast.
He's being snooty.
I'm gonna cast a spell to
Yeah.
charm
But
Ruin
if
on.
it fails, she knows that you try to do that to her. And then-
Yes.
Well,
She'll know anyway.
That's fine. I
She'll
think it's
she'll
still
know it. She'll know it
worth
either way.
Yeah. It's
Yeah,
just a
like
question
that.
of before or after. Yeah.
What kind of save do I have to do?
Wisdom.
14.
You get a
Wisdom
wisdom
save.
save. And I'm going to rule that this one is going to be at disadvantage since he's already your ally. So you already consider him a friend.
Oh, damn it!
Oh, don't worry. Yeah, she
Wait, no,
she failed. So yeah, she considers you a even better friend now.
Gross.
Ruin on.
Yeah. for
If there's
now,
if there's any shred of your existence that trusts me as a,
She's already
Friend.
tried. Tell her to go do it.
please heal this
Dude,
rat man.
You're
You
gonna get,
have to.
you are gonna get
You're
discharged
smart.
when she comes to.
You're smart. Go heal the rat man. Touch him with your hands. Touch his rat.
Touch it. Touch the rat thing.
Okay.
Touch
He's not a rat.
Rat man, heal the rat
It's
man.
the gallbladder problem. Yeah.
All right.
Stop massaging his muscles. Healing word. Oh, you're not even gonna touch him. You're like, ugh. I heal him from a distance.
I'm still remembering when Murder threw that kid on the roof.
We'll come back.
Roll a natural 20.
Beautiful throw.
Throw the child on the roof.
Okay, we healed him a bit.
Yeah. So he's a little bit better, and he eventually goes on to tell you guys the story of how, as a young man, his face was distorted and twisted, and as he got older, the beatings and torment only got worse until the only place he had to hide was in the sewers. And soon, the only ones who would talk to him were the rats, and he found that they could understand him, and at that point he just began breeding an army of rats to take his vengeance. But he sees now that he was wrong, and where this story could go is up to you guys in the future. Congratulations on completing Of Mice and Men. Thanks for playing. And as always, everyone, good gaming.